in word to move.
We're monitoring every detail going on there, talking with our partners that are down there, waiting to hear what can be sent, when it can be sent, who it's going to be going to. But we're certainly prepared on our end. We have the supplies ready to go. We have a couple pallets of water, hygiene kits, some PPE.
If you'd like to donate or volunteer at Brothers Brother, visit brothersbrother.org for more information. To Myra Rush News Radio, KDKA.
State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania plate.
For more information, to Myra Rush News
4637.
For more information,
if you've seen Tuzinski or his truck, call 211. State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania plate.
For more information, to Myra Rush News
4637.
For more
If you've seen
information, to
Tuzinski
Myra
or
Rush
his
News
truck, call 211.
KDKA.
State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania plate. 4637. If you've seen Tuzinski or his truck, call 211. State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania plate. 4637. If you've seen Tuzinski or his truck, call 211. State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania plate. 4637. If you've seen Tuzinski or his truck, call 211. State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania plate. 4637. If you've seen Tuzinski or his truck, call 211. State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania
Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing replacement contractor. call 412-829-7711. Mostly cloudy, warm and humid for this afternoon and tonight with a couple of showers around. On a high of 74 this afternoon and a low of 69 tonight. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zare, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Sunday morning from 6 a.m. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. It's Tech Vibe Radio. My host Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsten from the Pittsburgh Technology Council's Huntington Bank Studios as they bring you a front row seat to Pittsburgh's tech sector.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by UK One Time. The biggest three stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? Boom. Boom. Bam. Man, that hurricane is brutal, man. I have a bunch of friends and family and contacts and sources all over Florida. They're getting spanked. Man, I feel bad about that. I just do. We're going to spend a lot of time on that, but I want to ask a question first, and I need someone to answer it for me. I know the answer, but I want to hear it from one of you folks. I want someone who was at this concert, comedy show last night at PPG's, Sebastian Maniscalco. I was there as an amazing show. He's a gifted artist. Gifted. And he did his homework about Pittsburgh. He did. I don't want to blow this, but I want someone to call me to tell me what he was talking about. The first thing he talked about. If you were at the show last night, Sebastian Maniscalco, at PP, I think it was sold out, which is actually kind of amazing for a comedian. 866-391-1020, 866-391-1020. If you were at the show last night and you heard Sebastian Maniscalco, and the first thing he talked about, I want someone to tell me what it was. Believe me, it's fascinating about Pittsburgh. Kind of tragic, too. 866-391-1020, 866-391-1020. I want to hear from anyone who was at the show last night and heard Sebastian. And the first thing he talked about. All right? All right. Meantime, this actually happened. This actually went down. This weatherman. Where was he, Patrick? Was he Tampa weatherman? I forget. Florida weatherman, what? CNN? Where? Made this commentary about his ex-wife.
It's not a real weather guy.
It's not?
No, it's a comedian.
It's a comedian. Listen to what this
someone
guy
doing
says.
a bit.
Listen to what this guy says. Classic.
Hurricane Helene is set to make landfall tonight in Florida and the Tampa area. And guys, it's not looking good. 105-mile-per-hour winds. And look at the name of the hurricane, Helene. Coincidentally, that's my ex-wife's name. Our divorce was finalized this week, and if this thing is anything like her, it's going to take your car, it's going to take your house, it's going to ruin your damn life. All right, probably both the neighbors too, but I digress. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry to put my air out on the air, but it's been a rough week. And guess what? If you're in this area, right here, the Tampa area, you're going to have a rough week as well. Okay, and by the way, another coincidence, her mom and dad, Helene's mom and dad are from Tampa. So, hey, John, Marge, you're going to feel it too. You're going to feel the wrath of Helene like I have for the past.
Guy's name was Jim Acosta. Get it? Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta is the guy that used to harangue, harass, cajole, mess with Trump every day. Made him a star. We're going to get to the weather here in a second. I want to take this call because I think it's actually important about Pittsburgh and about our town and about what's happening here that we kind of accept it as normal and others find it shocking. Aaron.
Good morning, Marty.
Brother, man, you were at the show last night.
Yes, I was, as well as my wife. I thought that he was talking about the homeless.
What do you remember him saying about downtown?
They were saying about he was talking about how people were coming up to him.
Okay, you're horrible. He's a horrible eyewitness. I hope I never ever need him as an eyewitness in a trial. 866-391-1020. I want to hear from some. He's a horrible eyewitness, sir. He seemed like a nice guy. 866-391-1020. Who was at the concert last night? Sebastian Maniscalco, the comedy show. Who was there, and what was he talking about? Please. While we wait for a true eyewitness to that comedy, I want to grab Lynn Hayes-Freeland. Good morning, Lynn. How are you?
I'm doing better, Marty. We're making progress. But I tell you what, I've never seen anything or heard anything like I heard last night.
Yeah, not so funny. Tell everybody where you're at. And technically I live in Decatur, Georgia. So between my family, we have 3 houses. I live in Decatur. My daughter lives in Grayson. My son lives in Stone Mountain. So we decided that I should not be at home by myself, that I should go to one of their homes until this whole thing blew over. Well, I'll tell you what, that was the best advice I could have gotten, believe it or not, from my kids, because I started watching my house on my Ring camera, and all of a sudden my entire backyard was flooded. The water was about 3 feet deep, maybe a little higher than that in my backyard. And then what happened is I have a carport on the side of my house. The water started going from the carport to the front of my house. And then it just went blank because the power went out. In fact, the power at my house is still off. So I don't know what it looks like at my house at this moment. They're still asking us to stay off the streets. It's still raining here, I should point out. It is still raining. The winds are nowhere near the 75, 80 miles per hour winds that we saw earlier, probably more like 30. But there's been so many streets flooded, they're asking everyone to stay inside. So I don't even know when I'll get back to my house to see what happened. Hey, Lynn, 75 miles an hour is dangerous. Dangerous as hell, right?
Absolutely. It is. And here's the other thing that was crazy last night, because it started raining yesterday morning, but it was just kind of a typical rain. And then that rain that we got all day turned into a tropical storm. But we probably, in the last 24 hours, have gotten around 10 to 12 inches of rain, which is a lot of rain. Yeah, in a short period of time. So then when the power went out, which was around 2:30, 3 o'clock, because pretty much nobody slept last night. You couldn't sleep. The power goes out. It's completely black outside. And all you can hear is the wind and the rain. And the rain is getting louder and louder, and the wind is going back and forth, but you can't see anything because everything's pitch black.
By the way, I've known her for 25 years, and she's about as cool a customer as I've ever known. Sounds like, and I want to speak for you, this made you uptight, nervous, yeah?
Yeah, it did. And, here's the other thing that was kind of weird to me, Marty. And, I have a TV news background, so I'm trying to get on my phone the local television stations. And of all the local television stations, only one had coverage overnight.
Wow, this is what's happened to the business. This is what's happened to the business.
It is, but I couldn't believe it, Marty. I'm sitting there thinking we would have been all over this story, over this story. But the one station that did have coverage, which was the NBC station, they had their 2 weather people in the studio, and they, used the maps and the graphics, but they weren't going out into the field. None of that started till about 5 o'clock this morning.
You okay now?
Yeah, I am. Like I said, I'm at my daughter's house. I still don't have power at my house. I have been checking our neighborhood Facebook page, and they say that some of the water here's the other challenge with my house. There is a creek that runs behind my house. You can't really see it from my house, but I know that it's there. So that creek runs all the way to another area called Buckhead. So while I'm listening to the news last night, I hear them say that they have had to do a water rescue from 60 people in an apartment complex in Buckhead from the Nancy Creek. Well, then it hits me that Nancy Creek is the same creek that runs behind my house. So that's what I'm really anxious to see, just how far that water came up. And I need to see, if there's water damage. It looks like the pumps and everything kicked in and they were working, but you just don't know until you get back in the house.
Keep in touch with us, my dear, please.
I sure will. No problem.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks for checking.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Man, we're right back. Hey, folks, hang on the phone about the concert. Hang on the phone. Maybe we can get someone to actually tell a story. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Alan Gamble, what's up?
All right, we have the traffic story for you right now, Marty, and the Parkway West inbound is our last holdover, I guess you could say, from the early morning rush hour. You still have heavy delays after you crest the top of Green Tree Hill, and the bunching really begins right now for you at that runaway truck sand pile as you make your way inbound to the Fort Pitt tunnels. The outbound ride toward the airport at this hour, if you're getting out of town for the weekend, good for you, and it's a decent ride on the Parkway West. For your weekend, weather permitting, you're going to find a single lane closure in each direction on McKnight Road beginning at 8 tonight, continuously through 6 a.m. on Monday. That lane pinch will be between the Ivory and Roseland Avenues intersections, and that's for work on the bridge over Nelson Run Road. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Joe Fallon's bedroom mini fridge. Sure, this pint-sized chiller's max capacity is 3 soda cans, but what it lacks in stature, it makes up in cooling strength. Each beverage a perfect 37 degrees every time. And the 2 feet Joe walks to get a drink, priceless. That's why his mini fridge is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I have a serious heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. I still had symptoms on my beta blocker, so I asked my cardiologist about any treatment advances. It was a breakthrough for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol-Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit hcmrealtalk.com for more information.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb.
So, you know, we're a Bowser family. We have 4 Bowser cars. We have a Hyundai. My wife does. Santa Fe loves it. We have 2 Santa Fe's. We also have a bunch of Bowser service folks that help us so much. And I'm going to tell you why this is important. I had a slow leak, and it turned out I needed 4 new tires in my Genesis. This is a true story. So I take it to this tire joint down the street to replace all 4 tires, which you have to do in that kind of car. $1,200. $1,200. So I call Bowser because they have amazing service people. $700. So I save $500 by using the amazing service people at Bowser. It's the beauty of Bowser. So we got Subarus, we got Hyundais, we got the Genesis, but we got one team that really cares about Bowser customers because we're part of the Bowser family. It's a great thing.
It's not just about watching the game. It's about betting on it. I'm Mike Valeni, and on Cash the Ticket, Jim Costa and I break down every college football and NFL matchup like it's the last game we're ever going to watch. From the best bets to the sneaky underdogs, and of course, as my co-host likes to say, the value. And the one thing we're not going to do is pretend we're professionals. We have fun with it. It's an entertainment product, and it makes watching games a hell of a lot of fun. So Cash the Ticket. Follow it in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
There will come a time when you want to turn off the financial news and turn on a great retirement. Tune into Expedition Retirement with Greg Ayler, Saturday night at 8, Sunday night at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So I was on the phone yesterday with Julian Gray. We've become good friends. He's an elder law attorney. I met him. Became very close when my parents passed, and he took over our estate, had the whole family sitting in his office, made a tremendous difference in our lives. I was talking to him yesterday about how important it is to get an elder law attorney like the folks at Julian Gray and Associates involved. I'll tell you why. Major tax implications, major health care implications, major input you need from an expert. A true insider like Julian Gray and his folks that made a massive difference in the lives of the Griffin family. It's never too late to do this. It's never too late to plan your estate, but do it as soon as possible. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com. grayelderlaw.com. I'm telling you, folks, they did a wondrous job for the Griffin family. 412-458-6000. grayelderlaw.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Veterans always have a great story to tell. Air Force veteran Nick Lambie recalls some of his favorite times with NORAD, the team dedicated to keeping American airspace safe.
I've controlled Super Bowls. A lot of people don't know that there are armed fighters over top of Super Bowls, making sure that, nobody, decides to get crazy in the air, over top hundreds of thousands of people. Same thing, every presidential movement, SpaceX, I've deconflicted the airspace for SpaceX and made sure that, it went off without a hitch. And whether you think you're super remote or, you want to hide behind, a bunch of targets, we will find you.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
We're going to pop in and out about the weather because, as Patrick points out, it's really kind of jacked up travel around the country because of airports. It's jacked up Atlanta, it's jacked up Florida, Georgia, because so many, all of us, you grab someone in that newsroom out there, grab someone on your street, 20 people that live in Florida or have friends in Florida or family in Florida. And I appreciate Lynn Hayes doing that for us. I had no idea Atlanta had that kind of rain. That's insane. That's very dangerous stuff. And we're glad she's okay. Meanwhile, I'm popping back and forth here because I'm very interested in folks who saw the show last night. Sebastian Maniscalco. The guy's gifted. He's brilliant. It was absolutely insanely bend over in half, crying on the floor funny. However, he made some rather poignant remarks when he started the show that I think resonated with everyone in that arena. And I wanted someone to tell me what they heard because I think it's important about our town and how people view it. Hey, Chris, thanks for holding, man. Go ahead.
Hey, Marty, good morning.
What's up, brother?
Attended the show last night. Maniscalco began the show saying that he had gone for a walk in Market Square. Yep. And I loved it because just a week prior we had attended the Heart Walk and we spent some time in Market Square. So I was already laughing. And then he mentioned that it seemed like a Thriller video, yep. Which if anyone knows the Thriller video, there was a lot of zombie-ish looking people in it. So that's absolutely where he went with that. And we got a kick out of it because, like I said, we had just been at Market Square last week. So
but
very interesting.
What it also did, my man, is it brought it home that we kind of always get this crap that Pittsburgh is fine. You know what I'm saying? But it's not.
Yeah. I agree.
This is an outsider's view, and your story is spot on. I want to grab a couple other people and get their opinion, too. Tony, good morning. How are you, sir?
Yes, Marty, to add what the previous caller said, he did open it up with, he said it's been a while since he's been in Pittsburgh. He was in his hotel room. He went for a walk, and it wasn't, he said about the zombies, but he walked and he said, what happened?
No,
why?
He looks at the audience, he goes, what the hell happened?
Yeah, it was his facial expression. It's right. Not so much the words; it was the facial expression, the way and everybody screaming and yelling and screaming. But it was more of his body antics, his facial expression that captured the mood.
It's true, and it was. Look, man, it was tragically funny. Is that possible, Tony?
Yes, it was a funny, insulting funny. Yes. Let's put it that insulting funny.
Yeah, it was. It was an amazing show, but I wanted folks to understand. I want to hear from E.G. E.G., good morning.
Hey, Marty. Yeah, I was at the show, too. I don't have anything else to add.
Hey,
can you hear me?
Tell our listeners what he said about the CVS store when he went in the CVS.
Oh, yeah. He said the shampoo was under lock and key. He said, he'd never seen that before. He couldn't imagine when he was, growing up that he'd have to ask for somebody to give him permission
to buy shampoo.
To me, it was embarrassing.
It was, yes.
Yeah, yes. It was embarrassing because I said to my wife, I said, I wish Gainey was in the audience here.
I can't believe he's saying this because I thought the same thing. I hope there's city leaders here who are always telling us how wonderful Pittsburgh is. And this is what a world-renowned comedian, his first take of our town was. He was horrified, actually.
Right. And it's just, I don't know.
we got a long way to claw back as far as I'm.
By the way, he just nailed it. We got a long way to go, brother.
Yep.
It was a hell of a show, though. I'll give him that.
It was, man. We were just laughing so hard we were crying.
Guy's gifted. He's gifted.
Yep, he is.
Thanks, my man. By the way, the crowd was amazing. PJ Comanchic, a couple things that he just said are so poignant. It was embarrassing. It was funny. It was shameful. He was horrified by Pittsburgh. He literally said it looked like the Michael Jackson video Thriller, which was all zombies. And he went into the CVS and scared the hell out of the employee because all he wanted was shampoo and it was all locked down. It's a hell of a testament to our town and what's happened to our town. We got a long way to go. The other thing that's spot on, PJ Comanchic, the program director, was there, and a woman was beside him on her phone talking for 20 minutes. And he wanted to slap the phone out of her hand. And he finally got up and told her, lady, read the room, turn off the damn phone. She got up and left. There's a certain amount of decorum. There's a certain amount of rules that you follow during a comedy show or a movie. And one of those rules is turn off the damn phone. Also saw Coleman Lamb, who I really like. He's a young man who runs some significant political campaigns in this town, and it was a pleasure to see him as well. The thing about Pittsburgh that's so amazing is you're in an audience like that, and I saw 100 people that I knew. It's a fascinating place in an amazing town, and it was tough to take that this renowned comedian, his first take on Pittsburgh was, what the hell happened? What the hell happened?
Football season, cooler weather, and the falling leaves are here. Get your gutters ready. Call Gutter Helmet this month to save 50% off installation and get a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with purchase. Protect your home year-round. Call 888-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmet.com.
When was the last time you watched your home movies? Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast. We always send your originals back, and it's done right
we
here in the
Legacy
USA.
Box to help save your family's most important trusted Legacy Box. So you don't Better have Homes to and Garden, Real
Load
Simple,
Legacy Box.
and Inc. Magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. LegacyBox.com/value.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
71 and overcast. It's 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Helene is now a tropical storm over northern Georgia and the western Carolinas after making landfall overnight in northern Florida as a Category 4 hurricane. More than 3 million customers are without electricity in the southeast U.S. Lynn Hayes Freeland lives in Decatur, Georgia, but left her home as a precaution. She told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin a few minutes ago she was able to keep an eye on her house on a Ring camera.
All of a sudden, my entire backyard was flooded. The water was about 3 feet deep, maybe a little higher than that in my backyard.
Even with the storm moving away at a fast pace, Lynn said it was still rainy and windy. So how big is Helene? There were hundreds of water rescues in the Tampa Bay area where the storm surge reached record levels of 6 to 9 feet. Federal officials have begun the process of deporting a Mexican national charged in a fatal hit-and-run incident in Dormont over the weekend. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
The U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Immigration and Customs Enforcement filed a sworn affidavit Thursday charging Saul Rivera Ramirez with illegal entry into the country. Rivera Ramirez is also being charged with homicide by vehicle, accident involving death by an unlicensed driver, and driving without a license, killing Christian Sluka of Dormont. Rivera Ramirez was deported from the U.S. in 2019 for illegal entry after crossing the southern border near Naco, Arizona. The federal criminal complaint does not detail how Rivera Ramirez re-entered the U.S. and made his way to the Pittsburgh area. He faces an October 4th preliminary hearing. A court date on the federal charges was not available. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 344 points at 42,517. The Nasdaq down 5 points, and the S&P is up 14. KDKA Radio News Time, 1031. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Oh, this is good. It's Marty. It's arrived. My friend Robert Levin and the Levin Furniture and Mattress Store team are hosting Levin's biggest sale of the year. Check it out. Get the biggest discount ever. 25% off the best selection of furniture and name brand mattresses. Or get the biggest finance offer ever. 0%. Wow. Interest for 6 years. Minimum purchase of $34.99 with 20% down. Wow. Amazing savings. Robert Levin Furniture, folks. The best.
If you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862. TTY 711 to learn more.
One of our licensed agents will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment on our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
So, literally, we needed 2 new refrigerators. 2 at one time. They both blew out. Guess what? My man Matt and his boys at Voss TV and Appliance delivered them the next day. Insane pricing. Insane service. I'm telling you, man, it's the best family-owned businesses, all major appliances, all great prices, all great service. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
Progressive presents Renters MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Pros, now's your chance to save big during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save big on appliances like the GE Stainless Steel Kitchen Suite. Plus, save $40 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, and Valspar Stain. Shop Pro Savings Days today for big savings on everything you need to get the job done right. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 9/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Shelley, here we go. The kids are back in school, football season, but there could be fumbles all over inside your house with drinking pizza spills and puppy pediddles.
You know how I feel about that. Dirt has no place in my house, and that is exactly why, Larry, I have Zero Res on speed dial.
And we've got an opportunity for you right now. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning, too.
If you've never had a Zero Res experience, I'm telling you, their technicians are amazing. They make sure that everything is done according to your expectations before they head out the door. I'm telling you what, Zero Res is the place to call, especially this time of year.
412-701-1188. Make sure you ask for the KDKA special.
Spell it backward or forward, it still spells the same. Zero Res.
Lucky for you, you can score big this month with great savings from Zero Res.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
What's up is that we don't have too many traffic delays in your way if you're headed out and about in the mid-morning here this morning. We have the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras looking out live, for example, over the parkways. Parkway West inbound is slow on the front side of Green Tree Hill, right around Parkway Center Mall as you fit into those Fort Pitt tunnels this morning. On the other side of the Squirrel Hill tunnels, just some minor slowdowns between Edgewood, Swissvale, and that inbound tunnel portal for you. But beginning tonight at 9 for the Parkway East and running continuously through 5 a.m. on Monday, I-376 will be down to a single lane in each direction between the Penn Hills interchange and the bridge over Old William Penn Highway. Again, weather permitting, and that is all part of the massive reconstruction project of the Parkway East in that area. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A couple of showers around for this afternoon and tonight. It'll stay rather cloudy, warm, and humid as well. We'll have a high of 74 this afternoon. Tonight's low 69 degrees. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to KDKA Radio every Thursday at 2:37 p.m. for your weekly Medicare update with Lisa Lauro from Secure Money Health. Lisa will provide you information on everything related to Medicare and how to prepare for it. Brought to you by Secure Money Health.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
A lot going on, as you can tell. Started out with weather. I went to Sebastian Maniscalco. The reason why I thought that was relevant and pertinent was that we have our own view of our own world, but then when an outsider comes in, and the first thing he says was, I walked downtown, what the hell happened? It was kind of sad. Funny, but sad. And he went into a CVS, and literally everything was locked down. He couldn't get shampoo, and the girl said she couldn't help him because she was the only employee in the store. And that's what we've been talking about for 3 years now. Meantime, searching for heating or cooling specialists, call Galise Services, 412-831-6199, Galise.com. Popping around here because we can. A lot happened. And Billy Sawyer says that, and I'm guessing Patrick saw this too. Billy Sawyer is always tied in. North Carolina is getting slammed, especially Asheville, historic flooding. Billy sent me video last night from Fort Myers Beach, 4 feet of water. Why are we talking about weather in Florida? Because we're here in Pittsburgh, because everybody here has relatives, friends, and family there. And Lynn Hayes is right in the heart of it, and there are so many Pittsburgh folks in the Atlanta area. One of my boys, Vern, has a house. You're right there on the bay, right? Tampa, right?
Yeah, right on Old Tampa Bay, next to the airport.
What did you tell me? How much water did you get, sir?
We got a little over 8 foot of storm surge. Wow. A lot of water.
That's a lot of water, brother. How did that happen? Did it all come at once? Did it come all night? What happened? And what's the status?
No, it actually come up. It started to make its way up about 9 p.m. last night, and by 11:30, it was pretty much up as far as it was going to go. About probably every bit of 8 foot above, where it should be.
Hey, Vern, what kind of damage does that bring with it where you're at?
So right where the complex I'm in, you just get garages because most of the units are on the second and third floor. So you get a lot of that. But we had a lot of people that didn't move their cars. Oh. So there's a couple dozen cars right around here that are totaled. That had a couple feet of water.
Can I ask a dumb question? Because I saw that all over the video this morning on CNN and all the other networks. Why the hell are they out of town in their cars sitting there? Are they too lazy? Do they fall asleep? Who the hell does that, man, when they know there's going to be a storm surge like that? Why does that happen?
I don't know. I think it's lazy.
I see.
All through the area, we're going to get a storm surge, so you got to find some higher ground. You can always find higher ground somewhere.
Or they don't believe it's going to happen.
Well, the same thing.
Hey, Vern, do you have any damage to your place?
So, so a lot of the problem is down here with the electric cars. As soon as the water hits them, they catch on fire.
What?
Yeah, they go right up in flames. And I was talking to fire department earlier this morning, and they had 12 calls just in our area of electric cars going up. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm an idiot about this stuff. What do you mean electric cars catch on fire? What the hell happened?
So soon as any moisture, any water gets to the batteries, it shorts everything out. And the problem is if your car's in your garage, right, and your garage gets flooded, now your house catches on fire, and the fire department, they just stand back and watch it because you can't do anything.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, so that was...
so it's not electric cars driving down the road or combusting. It's they flood out, the water gets in there with the batteries, they short out, and it causes a fire.
Correct. They didn't tell me any reports of cars intentionally driving in the water, but I'm sure that happens too because that's what happens around here.
Patrick, what's that bridge we keep showing? Where the hell's that? I wonder if Vern knows. There was a bridge, Vern, that we kept showing all night that people were trying to cross during this storm. Did you see a lot?
Probably the Gandy, maybe the Gandy Bridge.
Yeah. How's that right now? Is the water dissipated?
Yeah, they got that bridge open. They're working on getting the other two major bridges open, so DeSantis does a good job. He had people out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
As the water was going down, his road crews were out pushing debris away.
Oh, nice. He's always been good at that.
Hey, and the National Guard's touring around, too, so a lot of National Guard. They're still doing water rescues, too.
Are they?
Yeah, down at the Clearwater Beach area, everybody knows. They're still pulling people out on boats and airboats. And, yeah.
Clearwater got hammered.
Did it?
Yeah, Clearwater. It's still underwater now, so.
You're kidding.
And it's low tide now, isn't it, Vern?
The tide's going down, but the problem is all the catch basins are full, and they're supposed to get another 3 or 4 inches of rain, I think starting tomorrow in the next couple of days. So there's no place for the rainwater to go now. So
the tide's going to be coming back later today.
Yeah, every 12 hours, 25 minutes, it makes its way back up. So, yeah. So there's going to be a couple of days of water problems down here for sure.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man.
You guys take care.
All right, man. Love him. One of my boys. One of my favorite people. Susan, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, what's going on with you,
I'm
sister?
okay.
You're okay?
I'm okay. My house is okay. My son is okay. And my immediate neighbors are okay.
You survived your fourth hurricane.
My fourth hurricane. That is correct. This one was much different than some of the previous ones. This one was much bigger in terms of, like how wide it was.
Where are you?
I'm in Port Richey, which is in Pasco County. Pasco County on the other side of Route 19, which is about 7 or 8 blocks from me.
I see.
Everything on the other side, from what I'm understanding, is devastated.
And you got nothing. You're cool.
I'm fine where I am. Just to the south of me, I have a friend that lives in Newport Richey, and we heard from her this morning. She said that they lost everything.
Oh.
Yep, just to the south of me. Probably less than a half an hour from here.
Do you have power?
I have power. I had power all night. I never lost power. It flickered a few times. I was probably up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. By then, the bands were settling down. We weren't getting as much wind. And this hurricane, there was hardly any rain. Like, it was very little rain in comparison to previous hurricanes, which is good because the storm surge was so bad that the water wouldn't have had anywhere to go, and it would have just kept coming up.
Well, it looks like you're not moving now.
I'm staying for another year.
Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Marty.
I love all these stories. I love the fact that we have so many Pittsburghers down there. Thomas, go ahead. Thanks for holding. Where are you at?
Sitting halfway between Tampa and Bradenton.
Oh, what happened?
I'm about 6 miles inland. Some of the fiercest wind gusts I've ever experienced in my life, honestly.
Oh.
It's really cool but scary at the same time.
And what are you thinking? 75 miles an hour is what we're hearing?
I saw that on the news report even. I wish I could give you an honest answer to that. I mean, to me, it was more than that, honestly. The way the trees were bending and, even some of the newly planted trees being upended on my way to work this morning.
Oh, wow.
And I have numerous friends who have water, 18 inches of water. I've got a friend whose electrical outlets are covered with water, meaning that house is a total debt. I mean, he's lost his house. So over close to the coast, those folks just took a real, they got taken out to the shed last night. It started around 10 o'clock.
You were able to go to work.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the desk right now, absolutely. I work in senior care, so it's kind of important that I get to work, actually.
Hell yeah. And is the facility you work at okay?
Yeah, absolutely. We're I won't do a marketing pitch with you, but we're prepared for these types of things, and certainly we're ready for the worst of it.
And anyone there injured or any damage there?
No, not at all that I know of, although there was a news report of the craziest thing happening. A road sign toppled near one of the, near downtown Tampa there, killed the person in the car driving when it hit the car.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
I saw it this morning, man.
And that was the Gandy Bridge you were looking at, the Gandy Bridge.
The Gandy
Bridge.
Bridge.
The Gandy. Yep, and people were driving across it at about 7 o'clock last night when those waves were crashing over the roadway. They closed it about 8 o'clock last night, so none of that will reopen until they get inspections. And from what I understand, to go one step further, St. Pete's completely demolished. It looks like a war zone. And hammered, just hammered. St. Pete got the brunt of this water inundation, and I'm sure with that surge and the high tide that shifted overnight. Now, again, even though the low tide is coming, the water's receding, it's just, the damage is done, man.
Man, thanks for the reporting, brother. Appreciate you. All right, man?
Absolutely. Yep.
Right,
love your show, brother. Have a great day. Bye.
Man. It's hard to hear those stories, man. And millions are without power. Millions. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Love the Genesis. I'm driving one and digging it. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we do have minimal traffic delays for you as you're out and about during the mid-morning here on your Friday. Parkway West continues to be pesky, slow on the front side of Green Tree Hill, approaching those Fort Pitt tunnels, but gives me a chance to talk about weekend construction, where things will be in your way. Around-the-clock lane closure awaits you on I-79 this weekend in Kennedy, Robinson, and Neville Townships and Glenfield Borough. This will start at 7 tonight through 6 a.m. on Monday. Southbound I-79 will be restricted between the Neville Island Bridge and the Route 60 Crafted Moon Run exit. Also, the ramp from 51 to southbound I-79 will be closed during that same time period, completely closed there, so there will be a posted detour. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do. Bring your ideas to life at Dell.com.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is Stephen Barry Ehrenrich, and we have a special invitation for you from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center.
You've got to see what we've done. We have several new displays and changes that give you even more affordable quality options than before.
In the Petite showroom, you'll see the new materials and great ways to use them to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams.
No matter what your style, our designs range from the traditional to the very contemporary and everything in between.
Great new designs and ideas that will fit your taste, your lifestyle, and your pocketbook.
If you've been here before, you really need to come in and see what's new. Or call today at 412-279-2222. That's 412-279-2222 for an in-home appointment.
If you've never been to Petite, please accept our invitation and come visit our showroom.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Do you have any unwanted electronics or expired paint taking up room in your home? Look no further than Noble Environmental Specialty Recycling, now servicing 17 counties in Western PA with their drive-through electronics and household chemical recycling events. It has never been so easy to do the right thing. To register for a 2024 event near you, call 412-567-6566 or visit nobleenviro.com. That's nobleenviro.com.
It's the little things, the information you need, people you know, the little things that make a big difference. The Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Larry from Washington State asks, how can I make my wife more comfortable putting money into an online high-yield savings account? Her concern is that they have no walk-in branches, ATMs, or people working at a branch. Well, I totally understand this, Larry. Some people are just used to conducting their banking in a very certain way. I would talk to her and see if there's some small amount of money that she's comfortable keeping with a local bank and maybe put the rest into an online bank. If you guys have the conversation, I bet there's a compromise to be found.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Significant damage. Patrick, during our feed here live on X, has been feeding video. It's insane, some of the damage. And as Billy Sawyer's been sending me notes, a lot of significant damage in cities across the eastern seaboard. My nephew is in Raleigh. He's saying they're getting hammered by rain right now. Lynn Hayes sounded like she was in a bad place at one point, and sounded like significant flooding near her house and evacuations. The reason why we're reporting this, even though it's not in your backyard, even though it's not Pittsburgh, is that every single one of us, everyone I know, all of us, have so many friends and family in that area, including Lynn Hayes, including my nephews and nieces, including family members in Florida, all of us. So it's relevant to all of us. Rich, go ahead, my man. Thanks for holding.
Just got back from North Myrtle Beach. But I have a sister and a niece that live down in Columbia. They've been without power for 24 hours. And a lot of people are hit by this hurricane, and a lot of people got to learn to, when they say it's coming, you got to take cover. You got to do what they say.
It's interesting you should say this. What happens is, and you know this, the last three didn't do squat. I'm used to this. I hunker down. You know what I'm saying?
I know. You know what, Marty, I got to share with you. I was down in, when Hugo hit, I was down in Key West with my brother-in-law and my family. And you talk about being scared. Made it through that. But it's interesting, the people that live there, it's almost like in Pennsylvania when the snow comes and blizzards come, people say, I'll just drive around it, you know.
No, it's bad. And it was bad. I appreciate it, man. You got to be careful with all this stuff. Patrick, what was the massive, was it Hugo that hit us?
20 years ago, it was Ivan.
Ivan,
and then Stan. We had two that dumped, so much rain. Millvale was underwater.
Ivan was insane. I was in that for 10 days. It was insane. The damage was traumatic and tremendous. And recovering from this is, wow. My niece Mara is in, wow, look at that storm. My gosh. Massive storm. No wonder, Patrick, it's caused so much damage. The storm is massive. Wow.
That's still huge.
Man. Huge. It's something you have to be wary of, and I'm glad folks are being careful because people get hurt in this stuff. I'm trying to get my niece to call me. I have been to several hurricanes. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you the truth, and it's hell. It's hell. I've seen them pull bodies out from houses. I was in the eye of the storm, Hurricane Andrew. I was in the eye, and I was asleep in a hotel. It was 3 stories. Is that a hotel? And it tore the roof off the hotel, and that's how I woke up. Scared the hell out of me. Duh. There's my niece. Hello, sweetheart. How are you, Mara?
Hey, Uncle Marty. Good. How are you?
Tell folks where you're at, honey.
So I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, just like the previous callers. I think niece was in. We got hit pretty bad, even starting yesterday afternoon. Some of our classes were canceled here for our workout studios, I think USC classes, but one of our main bridges was completely shut down starting yesterday. This morning was pretty bad, too. At like 5 a.m., me and my fiance woke up and were startled. There's no power, lots of chaos kind of outside. And finally just got power back, but it was really nasty because of the way the storm took a turn.
Hey, Mar, is it was it dangerous, or was it windy, or what, honey?
Yes, it was windy. There was a lot of flooding. I have some friends that were saying, there's a tree down in their yard, and then another friend's backyard is completely underwater. So lots of residual damage. Justin, my fiance, and I went out this morning and grabbed a coffee, but we had to drive for a little bit to do that, and I don't recommend it, but the place we ended up finding was really close to us. So.
And is there damage now, sweetheart, or is it gone?
No, there is damage now. About an hour and a half ago in our area, there was first responders on the streets directing traffic just because all the power was out. So, there's still residual damage. We probably hear sirens every 15 minutes, which is scary. We pray that and hope everyone's okay. But, we are still inside right now, and to my knowledge, everything is kind of on hold still for today. I know Justin's his main hospital in Columbia was running on generator power, so some of his elective surgeries were canceled this morning. Pretty big deal.
I know he had 3 important procedures this morning, and so I'm guessing they're not doing any of that.
No, they're all on hold, just given the situation.
Did you have warning of this? Was this kind of a surprise, honey?
It was a little bit of a warning. I knew because where I work, we canceled some of our fitness classes last night, but when we looked at the path of the storm, it definitely took a turn around 2 o'clock in the morning. So we were not expecting this, I guess, the gravity of what it actually did bring.
Was it loud, honey?
It was. That's what woke us up. Thunder and the massive wind.
Yeah. By the way, I know we'll celebrate later, but congrats. She kept saying, did you hear Patrick saying my fiance? You hear that? My fiance.
I did hear that.
She got engaged last week, and we're going to talk about that down the road. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm glad you're safe.
Thank you so much. Love you.
All right, dear. Love you too. Wow. Real quick. Robert, go ahead. Real quick, Robert.
Hey, I'm down at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina right now.
Oh.
It's not hitting too hard. How you doing, brother? I'm going through the base. It's not hitting too. It's not really hitting here. But I've been through one 2 years ago, where before they've expected to get hit hard, and it never really came through. But I stayed for one a knucklehead.
That's right.
It wasn't even a bad storm, and I was scared. All my family was sleeping, and I don't know how I was the only one still awake. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm in a jam. And I'm looking around, and I look out, and Lejeune, Camp Lejeune for the Marines is about 10 miles inland, right on Onslow Beach, because we do training from the ship to the shore, so you're right on the coast. But we were about 10 miles in, and it felt like the whole world was coming down. My whole family slept through it.
I got to go, brother, and I get it. The lesson here is don't be a hero. Move on out. Hey, you got to hang. Got one of my favorite people coming up next, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. You got to hear this. Very important.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Village at St. Barnabas. The perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Crowned to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
73 overcast skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Helene has weakened into a tropical storm that's moving from Georgia into the western Carolinas. As many as 3 million power customers are offline after the powerful storm made landfall late last night as a Category 4 hurricane. Rains from Helene produced flooding in parts of the Atlanta area this morning. Lynn Hayes-Freeland told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin she left her home in Decatur, but was able to watch her backyard fill up with water on a Ring camera. And then the flooding moved from her carport to the front yard.
And then it just went blank because the power went out. In fact, the power at my house is still off. So I don't know what it looks like at my house at this moment.
Besides the devastation in the Florida Panhandle, there were also some record-setting storm surge levels in the Tampa Bay area of 6 to 9 feet. Hundreds of water rescues reported there. Brother's Brother in Pittsburgh is prepared to provide some support for victims in Florida. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that.
Many people in the Pittsburgh area have loved ones in the areas affected by Hurricane Helene, and help from Pittsburgh's nonprofit organization Brother's Brother is on standby and ready to assist in a big way. Tanner Rao, director of operations, says they've been working with food banks in those areas as a point of contact.
They have a better idea of everything going on in each area. So we do have funds set up to go to them where, anybody in the community can make donations, anybody in the world can make donations to them. And 100% will go fully to those food banks.
Rao says supplies are packed and ready to go as soon as they are given word to do so. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Carnegie residents are being warned to lock their cars, trucks, and SUVs. Police say thieves ransacked 10 to 12 unlocked vehicles this week on Huron Street, Reamer Avenue, and Bell Avenue. Carnegie Police Chief Jeffrey Kennedy says they've arrested some of the thieves before, but they're being released and quickly go back to stealing. Good or bad, PennDOT wants your feedback. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado tells you how you can do it.
The agency wants to know what you think about construction, maintenance services, and so on. Aaron Waters-Tressat says they've run similar online surveys for a few years now.
We also share the data and the comments with our regional offices so they can be aware of any great work or any opportunities for improvement.
If you visit penndot.pa.gov, you'll find the survey button. It will be available through October 22nd. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 369 points at 42,544. The Nasdaq down 3 points. The S&P is up 12. KDKA Sports, Jared Jones starts for the Pirates tonight at New York versus the Yankees. The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has North Allegheny playing Central Catholic. Our coverage starts with the Smart Out Financial Kickoff at 6. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your perfect new roof and a lifetime warranty, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Time to call Shenderovich and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS. It's 73 and overcast in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
As a mom of 3, I'm responsible for big decisions impacting my family. Last year, we needed to replace a few appliances. Imagine my surprise when I learned that some places are banning gas stoves. Now, new government auto mandates mean we could pay thousands more for our next vehicle. We need more energy and more choices, not fewer. Learn more at energycitizens.org.
Paid for by the American Petroleum Institute.
September is Bowser Truck Month at Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. And our deals are as impressive as our trucks. Get ready to conquer the road with the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500. And get rates as low as 1.9% for up to 36 months. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Chevrolet today and take advantage of these limited time offers. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to help you find your perfect Chevy. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $464 applies with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends October 1st. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. BowserChevrolet.com.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, traffic's pretty tame for the late morning Friday morning commute. We'll take it. Parkway East inbound, for example, pretty much smooth sailing into those Squirrel Hill tunnels. Just a minor tap on the brakes before the inbound tunnel portal. Getting into downtown and points east by way of the Parkway West, you do have heavy traffic on the front side of Green Tree Hill ahead of the Fort Pitt tunnels. For your weekend, weather permitting, you're going to find a single lane closure in each direction on McKnight Road. That begins at 8 tonight, continuously through 6 a.m. on Monday. The lane pinch will be between Ivory and Roseland Avenues for work on the bridge over Nelson Run Road. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
From this afternoon into tonight, we'll have a couple of showers around. It'll stay rather cloudy, warm, and humid with a high of 74 and a low of 69 degrees. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This traffic report sponsored by Indeed.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Hi, Paul Alexander here. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up fast, so while you're counting your blessings, why not add a thankful 30 to the list? With Awaken 180 weight loss, you could drop 30 pounds by Thanksgiving, or even 40 if you get the same results I did. I dropped my first 35 pounds in just 6.5 weeks, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. Imagine this. While everyone else is debating who the starting quarterback should be, you're sitting at the dinner table feeling lighter, more energetic, and thankful for the 30 pounds no longer holding you back. If I could drop 35 pounds with Awaken 180, I know you can hit that thankful 30 by Turkey Day as well. It's simple, laid out for you, and as you all know, it doesn't include a lifetime of medications. That's why I chose Awaken 180. Be thankful this year for dropping your 30 or more pounds. Head to Awaken180weightloss.com and reserve your consultation today. Fast, proven, and as you all know, the weight will stay off thanks to free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Interesting. Kamala Harris said yesterday, and this is actually fascinating, the political football or volleyball or whatever the hell you want to call it, this Nippon U.S. deal has become. She said to an MSNBC host, it's most important that we maintain America's ability to have American manufacturing of steel by American workers. She had said that she opposed any deal at all. It's become so politicized. Someone who believes in the deal the way I do, that Nippon should do this deal because it benefits this region and it benefits America and there is no threat to national security, and he would know better than anyone, the former CIA director and Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. Good morning, Mike. How are you, sir?
Good morning. It's great to be with you today. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure to have you. I'm not going to get into it, but you look great. My wife noticed it, and so that matters, Mike.
There you go. Tell your wife thank you for noticing, and tell her to pray I can keep the weight off. I hope I can.
Did you? Are you kind of amazed, though, how much discussion surrounds a man's weight when you lose that much weight with all that's going on in the world? That was all over social media. Mike Pompeo's weight. Are you right? You got to be surprised, Mike.
Yeah, I find it bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
It is. It actually is fascinating, the value we put on a man's weight. But anyway, you look great. That being said, you know, my man, I've been at this a while, and this Nippon deal aggravates me more than anything, because if they leave here, we're screwed, and that's a fact. And this has become this political juggernaut that makes no sense to me. Does it make sense to you, sir?
My goodness, let's get the politics out of this thing, for goodness sake. Let's take care of America and American workers. And I think, Marty, you'd agree. There's literally nothing in this presents any risk. Japan is an ally. We always want direct investment from these companies to build it here. We'd rather do it here than in Japan, right? This is for American workers. And, you know, I've heard the different theories of the case. I've seen the seniors at the United Steelworkers Union. They just don't understand what this means for this amazing, iconic business, U.S. Steel. This will build the next decades of good work at that facility in Pennsylvania, and it will make America actually safer because we'll have more steel built in America and not in China, which is the real threat to all of us.
Mike Pompeo, former Secretary of State. Mike, what's really bizarre to me, and I'm so glad we have you in this because you're the man for this, the union folks are suggesting there's a national security threat. Come on, Mike. That is more bogus than anything I've heard in months, is it not, sir?
It's completely without foundation. The Japanese government has made very clear this is a Nippon Steel deal. They're a friend and ally. They're threatened by China even more than we are. And what it actually does is it benefits American national security deeply, deeply, deeply. We'll have more steel made here. We'll be able to produce that for our soldiers, sailors, and airmen. And as you know, Marty, the most important piece of American national security is a kick-butt, successful American economy. And you'll now have a successful steel operation in the heartland of America, building American steel for Americans for decades to come. And we need the Japanese capital to come be part of U.S. Steel to do that.
Hey, plus, Mike, you know business really well. They're not bluffing here, man. They'll pull out, and we'll be done, will we not, sir? They'll leave here.
Oh, goodness. No, in the end, the company will make the right decisions to make sure that they continue to be sustainable and profitable in the years ahead. Absent this capital investment, they'll have to make really hard choices. And I know it's not what the company wants to do. They love where they are. They love their headquarters there in Pennsylvania. But goodness gracious, you know the hard decisions that will have to be made absent this capital coming in, and there is no alternative that has been presented. There's no viable option other than this. It's a good option. It's a good option for American national security, and the risk, if this transaction doesn't close because politics intervenes in a good outcome for America, is that Pennsylvanians and the workers at these facilities will be far worse off.
You have a very good relationship with former President Trump. There's discussion about if he wins, you come back into a second administration. You know what he has said about this deal. He doesn't want it to go through. Have you had his ear on this, sir? Have you told him your opinion and the truth that you believe, sir?
Yeah, I don't talk about things I share with former President Trump. I still love him. I'm full disclosure campaigning, trying to help him be successful. I think that matters an awful lot as well. But I think when he sits down, really takes a look at this in a serious way, and his team comes around him, I'm convinced he will see that this is in the best interest of American national security and American workers. And, you know, I remember his speech in Milwaukee. He said, I want product built in America by Americans. And the Nippon Steel transaction makes that a reality for the people of Pennsylvania.
Come on, man. You're one of the smartest guys ever. You know what this is, brother. This is a game. They're waiting till after the election, and then the deal will go through. Right? Right, Mike? They're playing for votes right now with union guys. Are they not, sir?
I'm counting on it happening. I wish it would happen now. We shouldn't play politics with the lives of Pennsylvanians and Americans, and we shouldn't put the transaction at risk because it does risk American national security if this deal doesn't move forward. I hope you're wrong about that, but I've been around politics. It's probably the case. I hope when cooler heads prevail and we're out of the next 6 weeks of hot political season, that the right thing for America can happen and U.S. Steel can have another set of decades where it thrives in Pennsylvania.
All right, I got to play something for you real quick. Hold on for a second, Mike. Hold on. Let her play this. Listen.
So I want to make that statement because we are under threat. I have been threatened very directly, and I appreciate the agencies that we've been meeting with, but we've been threatened very directly by Iran. And I think you have to let them know, because the best way to do it is through the office of the president, that you do any attacks on former presidents or candidates for president, your country gets blown to smithereens, as we say.
Mike, did you hear that?
I did.
Couple things. You have been on that same hit list, have you not, sir?
I have been and continue to be, and have a security detail as a result of that.
Yeah. And is it a real threat, sir, these threats?
Yes, sir. Yeah. A real threat. The Iranians are serious about seeking vengeance, no doubt about it.
And I would also be a bit apprehensive the way security has gone surrounding the former president, that could happen. So we got to be extra vigilant, do we not, sir?
We do. I'll do my best diplomatic language here. No, we've had underperformance from our teams protecting senior Americans, and they need to step up for all of us. Not just President Trump and me, a couple others, but private American citizens as well have been threatened by the Iranians, and we have to push back and put pressure on them and impose costs on them in a way that protects the things that matter most here in the country.
Completely agree. Former Secretary of State and CIA Director Mike Pompeo. The only thing about that commentary, and you might not want to wade into this, is I find it to be a little over the line to suggest that you're going to blow a country to smithereens, which would in essence, sir, bring us into a third world war and kill millions of people within an hour or so, right?
Well, yeah, here's what I'll say. We, for 4 years, we didn't get involved in any wars. We were pretty good at convincing the bad guys that we were serious about what mattered to America, and we had deterrence in a way that, frankly, the Biden administration hasn't been able to achieve.
No, you did a hell of a job, and I'm a big fan.
Well, bless you. That's very kind.
Hey, Mike, thank you, and stay trim, man. You don't think you get in that second term, though, man? You'll be eating that junk food in the White House again, brother.
That's tragic. That's absolutely tragic. I'll try one less cheeseburger a day. It'll be good.
All right, my man. Mike Pompeo, thank you,
right.
sir.
So long.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's fantastic. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right. Thanks, Marty. We do have a chance to talk about construction for the weekend, of course, as we get ready for it. The rush hour pretty tame at this point around the area. And this one in particular, I-79 this weekend, Kennedy, Robinson, Neville Townships, and Glenfield Borough beginning at 7 tonight through 6 a.m. on Monday. So round the clock, southbound I-79 will be restricted. This is between the Neville Island Bridge and the Route 60 Crafton Moon Run exit. Also at the same time, during that same time period, folks, the ramp from 51 to southbound I-79 will be closed completely, not just restricted, but closed. There will be a posted detour for you around that ramp closure, but you will have traffic moving, albeit slowly, on I-79 through that construction zone. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Your heart care matters. Trust the experts at UPMC and get your heart screened.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your Lowe's weekend weather update. For Pittsburgh, Saturday looks to be mostly cloudy with a chance of a shower and a high of 77. It'll remain mild Saturday night under mostly cloudy skies and a low of 63. Heading into Sunday, it'll remain mostly cloudy with a chance of a shower, high 74. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get our home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get our team's expertise anytime.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin, president of Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad Les and my brother Lester. Recently, a favorite client, 91 years old, stopped in our office holding a necktie. He was heading to a funeral and explained to me that it had been so long since he tied a tie that he could use some help. He said, "I was going to stop by a car dealership to find a guy wearing a tie who might help me, but then my wife said, 'Go see Les. He'll tie your tie.'" I'm glad that clients trust us as their advisors, and in many cases, their friends. Our office feels like a second home to me, inviting and comfortable, although you won't often see Dad without his tie. He's always told us how important it is to show respect for you and your money by the way we present ourselves and the attentive service we provide. We work as a team at our family firm. Dad and I are certified financial planners, and Lester is a chartered financial analyst. Visit us at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Now your ideas don't have to wait. Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do. Bring your ideas to life at Dell.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Pittsburgh's a great
place to ride a bike. But sometimes cars don't pay attention and bicyclists get hurt. If that happens to you, call Goodrich & Geist, the good guys.
Oh, this is good. It's Marty. It's arrived. My friend Robert Levin and the Levin Furniture and Mattress Store team are hosting Levin's biggest sale of the year. Check it out. Get the biggest discount ever. 25% off the best selection of furniture and name brand mattresses. Or get the biggest finance offer ever. 0%. Wow. Interest for 6 years. Minimum purchase of $34.99 with 20% down. Wow. Amazing savings. Robert Levin Furniture, folks, the best. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Having a baby shower at our house tomorrow. My wife is so into parties. I can't stand having stuff like that at the house. All the women giggling, laughing. I'm going to hide. It's my sister, though, but so I got to be cool. And her daughter-in-law, and they're having a baby, and Coleman's my nephew, and I love the young man. And John Givens, very familiar name in this town. His dad, Dick, was a really kind of cool city councilman forever. Loved him. The Givens family has a big footprint in this town, but they're loud. You know how, like, some families are loud when they have parties? Like, they're loud, man. It's like that, the sound from the hurricane. That when the Givens are in your house, like the windows shake. Like they're all hugging and everything, and they sing. They sing. I'm not a singing hugger guy. I'm more like a let's watch some football guy. So I got mixed emotions about the big baby shower. Then they all giggle and laugh. They give each other gifts. The dog's excited. It's the other thing. That damn dog. That damn dog. You have to put her away because she'll jump up on everybody. The thing is, my weeks are pretty intense. I mean, it starts at 4:30 a.m. and then I work out and then I put the show together. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I like to chill out. So when my wife plans activities that started last night, I get annoyed because I like to sit around because I feel like I need to decompress. Look, we would not have gone to that concert last night. Is it a concert? It's fair to call it a concert or a comedy show, whatever you want. That Sebastian Maniscalco guy. That young man is funny. And I'll tell you why. He comes from a background, old school Italian background like I had, kind of unusual background, kind of unusual upbringing, and great stories. And he's one of these guys that gets annoyed by the same kind of stuff I get annoyed by. Like when people come to their door, he hides. And his kids and his wife, the stuff that his wife does that annoys him. It's fun. So we have this big... So I had to go out last night. I was ordered to go. And I went. It was fine. It was funny. Mark Sorreo's the same way. Mark is one of my boys. I love him to death. And he was there last night with his family. And he sent me a note. I said, that brother was funny. He said, I prefer to watch him on Facebook. I prefer to watch it on my phone. It seems silly to go to a stadium and watch a comedian. Oh, I tell you what's wild. Oh, my gosh. My man Jim. He knew Putty. I'll tell you what's wild is that a guy standing on a stage, and it was a small stage. It was in a little triangle, and he would walk around. So what do you think there, Patrick? What's that place hold? PPG, was there 50? You think 15,000? About that, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
So he's making a boatload of money because it was him and one guy, and there's no band, there's no big lighting thing, and tickets are expensive, and it's at least $1 million in revenue. So he's probably making at least $800,000 one night, 1 hour. He's up there 1 hour. It's rarefied air. I was telling my wife on the way home, Dave Chappelle, insanely gifted comedian, insanely gifted, draws those kind of crowds. Kevin Hart will end up being a billionaire before that's all over. A billionaire. And this guy, Maniscalco. To imagine that a guy is that funny, because comedy is hard, man. Most comedians, and that's Jimmy Crenn, Larry's boy, most comedians don't make squat. Most comedians, like in New York, a young comedian will do, I'm not exaggerating, he'll do 3 shows in a night and get paid nothing, maybe $500. And most comedians trying to make a living, they're on the road like 300 days a year. And so to imagine that a guy like Maniscalco could fill arenas. What would you say? He sold out Madison Square Garden 5 nights, right?
5 nights.
That's insane. And that's several $1 million for him. It's very rare. And he's rarefied. I got to ask Jim, my boy Jim, about the legendary Givens family. Jimbo.
Hey, how you doing, Marty?
Legends, aren't they?
Oh, my God, yes. You knew they were coming 3 miles away.
Dick Givens had this driver named Putty, right? Right?
Loves Putty, yes.
I loved him.
I loved him. He probably smoked 10 packs of cigarettes a day. He always had a kind word for everyone.
I loved them. And the thing about the Givens family, and Mrs. Givens, she ran that whole thing, did she not? John's mom.
Mrs. Givens was like Barbara Stanwyck in the Big Valley. Nice. She rolled and ran everyone.
Nice. I love that.
She was a great lady.
They're loud, though, man.
Oh, my God, yes, yes. They are the epitome of an Irish movie.
Yes. And they all want to hug you, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're an amazing clan. They really, and Dick was actually, the councilman was actually the most quiet of the whole bunch of them. He just kind of just ran with it, you know?
He got very Christian in his career. He was carrying, and seriously, at one point he was proselytizing downtown carrying one of those big crosses.
Yes, I'll tell you something interesting about Dick. In the old days when the committees, basically, when they would decide a candidate and they would win,
yep.
He was the first candidate that ever ran that actually went to the committee people's homes. In the city, there were like 900. He went to every person's house, and that's how he got elected.
Yeah, he was a good man. And his wife it's a wonderful family. And John Givens is a wonderful husband, and my sister, we're glad to have them. But they're loud, man. They're loud, Jimbo.
Oh, they're very loud. But like I said, he comes from good stock.
Oh, yeah.
They were good people, but like I said, they're just like an old St. Patrick's Day Irish movie. They're everywhere.
Classic.
You know what I mean?
Thanks, my man.
Yes.
Yeah, they are wonderful people. The Givens are in town. You can probably hear them right now. You know my boy J.K. He's the Oakmont Restaurant King. If you've seen him driving around Oakmont on a Vespa, here's why. He's going to open up a couple of weeks. The best Italian restaurant in this town. Stand by, folks. Michael A's. It will have the best food. I've seen it. It is beautiful. It'll have the best service. It'll have the best menu you've ever seen. Oakmont, Michael A's, coming soon.
I listen for powerful conversations.
From powerful voices.
Information is power at the top and bottom of the hour.
Influencing the corridors of power.
100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Mostly overcast in 73 at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Helene is now a tropical storm over northern Georgia and the western Carolinas after making landfall overnight in northern Florida as a Category 4 hurricane. More than 3 million customers are without electricity in the southeast U.S. now. Lynn Hayes Freeland lives in Decatur, Georgia, but left her home as a precaution. And she told KDK Radio's Marty Griffin last hour she was able to keep an eye on her house for a while with a Ring camera.
All of a sudden, my entire backyard was flooded. It came the water was about 3 feet deep, maybe a little higher than that in my backyard.
Even with the storm moving away at a fast pace, Lynn said it was still rainy and windy. How big is Helene? Well, there were hundreds of water rescues in the Tampa Bay area where the storm surge reached record levels of 6 to 9 feet. State police are asking for help in finding a missing and endangered man from Butler County. 80-year-old Raymond Tuzinski was last seen around 4 a.m. Wednesday on Virginia Street in Middlesex Township. He's driving a blue 2017 Ford F-150 with a Pennsylvania plate, ZXK 4637. If you have seen Tuzinski or his truck, call 911. A Westmoreland County couple from Yukon Township were accused of conning a man out of tens of thousands of dollars with a fake property listing on Facebook. Prosecutors say a victim agreed to a $20,000 down payment, but Timothy King and Amber Carr didn't vacate the property. The victim noticed the house was empty months later and hired an attorney, and it was discovered King and Carr didn't even own the property. It was owned instead by the Pet Adoption League, which evicted them for failing to pay the rent. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 441 points at 42,616. The Nasdaq down 54 points. The S&P is up 6. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast, we always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune into the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors, Saturdays at 1. Beth talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Don't go into retirement unprepared. Listen every Saturday afternoon at 1 to the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors. Firm offers insurance services. Net Worth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor.
UPMC saved my life. It's just the truth. And when I had cancer. And now they prolong my life. Seriously. I have been in what's called swallow therapy. I had choked 4 times. Heimlich maneuver 4 times. Now, nothing. Now, clear path. Now, I feel safe and secure with the therapy I received at UPMC. It's an amazing place. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
Imagine a childhood where you'd never see a ball game, visit a museum, or explore a zoo. Well, sadly, that's the reality for tens of thousands of kids in our community who can't afford the cost of admission to these enriching local venues. Tickets for Kids Charities bridges that gap by accepting donated tickets and providing them to a network of hundreds of social service agencies and schools serving our community's most under-resourced youth. Learn more and how you can help by visiting ticketsforkids.org.
Hey, this is Lisa with Nest Expressions Window Fashions. It's that time of year, and my drapery team and I are ready to meet your expectations and budget. No one has more hands-on experience with blinds, draperies, and shutters in the window fashions world than I do. That's just some of the reasons why you should call 724-933-5500 or simply book online at nestexpressions.com.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Helen Gamble, what's up, my friend?
Oh, well, not too much out there on the area roads. Marty, no complaints for the midday commute. If you have to head out and about, of course, the Parkway West is slow on the front side of Green Tree Hill. That's usually the case almost 24/7 these days. But if you're heading to the airport, good ride. No problems for you there on the Parkway West. Hey, Parkway East, let's talk about that. Beginning tonight at 9 and continuing through 5 a.m. on Monday. This is round the clock, folks. The Parkway East 376 will be down to a single lane in each direction between the Penn Hills interchange and the bridge over Old William Penn Highway, all part of the massive reconstruction project in that area, of course, weather permitting. But for now, those projects are a go for your weekend. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly cloudy, warm and humid for this afternoon and tonight with a couple of showers around. We'll have a high of 74 this afternoon and a low of 69 tonight. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontiers show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
September, right? Yeah. September. In the 70s, going to be 80 today. September, right? We're not even on October, right? We don't even have our Halloween stuff out yet. That'll be next week. Right? It's September. I keep saying this because I think, and just me, I think you have to be high or unstable, or need Jesus, or all three at once, to put all of your Christmas decorations up now. I just posted this, and everybody's liking these pictures. Which brings me to one of my favorite people on earth, Stacy. Hi, my dear.
Is that good?
Stacy.
Hi, Marty.
You did it, didn't you?
I did, and I'm not high, and we all need Jesus.
Tell our listeners, because I just posted the pictures on all the social, what you did all day yesterday.
I decorated.
What do you mean? You didn't just...
I love it.
Come on. You decorated with what?
I put on my Christmas decorations.
Come on, Stace. That's just weird.
Marty.
Come on.
I need a little joy. The world is crazy. Like, I put up my... We all know we lost our beloved dog in June.
Yeah.
So I put up fall decorations that week.
In June?
Yeah. And then I looked at my husband on the couch the other night and I said, I think I'm putting up our Christmas decorations. And like a wonderful husband, he goes, Stacey, you do whatever makes you happy.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
I'm looking at your house. It is full-blown decorated for Christmas right now, this morning, with lights on and a tree and everything. Full-blown.
Oh, it's Griswold's. Griswold's came to the north side.
Come on.
And I am loud and proud.
What?
People are like, there's no shame. I was asked by a table of women if I had a loss. Did you lose something?
Oh.
I said, huh? And she said, did you suffer a loss that you decorate 3 months early? And I thought, no. Who doesn't love beautiful lights and Santas and trees and Jesus in a manger?
It's September.
But it's Christmas in my heart year-round, Marty.
Oh.
And you know what kills me, Marty?
No, I don't know.
I have friends that I love that love Halloween. They love Halloween.
Yeah.
Last time I trick-or-treated, I was 15 and had a bun in the oven.
Oh, wow, you're
Halloween's never, but they decorate for Halloween, and I tell them, that's wonderful. I love your decorations. I put up a tree in 85-degree heat. People think I'm insane.
Well, and your husband's okay with this?
Oh, Marty, I think after 17 years, he's just given up on ever having a normal life.
So, do you have stuff outside yet, or is this just the indoor stuff?
No, outside I'm putting our outdoor tree up tomorrow.
What? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Now, when your friends come over, do they think something's wrong with you because you do this in September?
Oh, my friends all know there's something wrong with me. But I'm the life of the party. They all love me.
Where do you keep this stuff? Is it in the attic?
Oh, yeah, we have an enormous house, Marty. Keep it upstairs. A lot of things aren't good after 1 year, so I do tend to throw stuff away and get new stuff. And I sneak it in the house when TJ isn't there.
Yeah. Stacy joining us, and I'm looking at this picture. It's laid out. She has all the crap. Who's Libby?
Libby is our beloved dog we lost.
Oh, the dog that passed. You have her stocking up.
I do.
And then you have a Libby portrait of some sort. It's like in wood, a painting. Right? Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And
she
then,
actually has her own tree, Marty.
her own tree.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture when I get home.
Yeah, please do. And it looks like you have gifts under the tree, so you shopped already, too.
Well, no, those are light up gifts, and they're on a timer. And there's I collect the ceramic Christmas trees.
Yeah.
So it's like a Christmas tree village in the north side.
Now, Candace says she has a tree up. It's a Halloween tree. No, does anyone else out there, anyone else in this entire region, the thousands and thousands of people listening, and now with live on X and Facebook around the world, anyone out there have their Christmas stuff up today, other than Stacy?
Stacy Ann French Finnegan, you can show me on Facebook if you do.
I get sick of the crap after. Lucky it's not a real tree, because that bad boy would be dead by December.
Oh, no. Nothing real about me or my house. No Christmas, no real trees.
All right. We love you.
Marty, we love you. Amy said hello. Amy's your second favorite server.
At Harry's Pizza.
Yeah, she loves you.
Who wouldn't? Harry's is great.
I don't know. There's something wrong with them.
Did you go to that show last night?
No, I worked the last Pirate game.
Oh, my. All right. Thanks, my dear.
Thank you, Marty.
Wow. I love her. All right. 866-391-1020. I'm curious. Anyone else out there in the entire audience have their Christmas stuff up? I posted it. She really did it. I love her, by the way. She's insanely funny. She's incredibly sweet. And by the way, not joking about it, on a serious note, their dog died, and it ripped their family apart. And it does. That's actually a serious matter that we've kind of dug into quite a bit lately, because I've seen it happen. My brother, Chris, and his wife, Ann, they lost their dog, and it was devastating. Look, man, when I grew up, that was a generation that didn't care this much about dogs. We just didn't. They kind of roamed around the neighborhoods. They crapped in the streets. It was just random. They were mutts, and it was weird. Times have changed. That dog is now family, and when they pass, it's that Mark Sorreo lost his dog. He was crushed, although he just replaced her. My brother Chris lost his dog. They were crushed, and Stacy lost her dog, and she was crushed. I don't make fun of it anymore, because I've seen it. It's legit, and it's real. Does Ed have a tree up? Does he really? Huh? Oh, no. I got to hear this. Ed, go ahead, man.
Hey, Marty, I don't have a tree up, but I want to let you know. Went into the Walmart in Delmont, Pennsylvania today, last weekend. The Christmas stuff is already up in the store.
See, I don't like that.
Oh, no. Get through the Thanksgiving first.
Or Halloween.
One of the two, I'd be good with either, but full-blown indoor garden center is already done with the Christmas decorations.
Wow. Thanks, brother. Rushing the seasons. Make Stacy happy. I love her. I posted it. It's up, man. She's a wonderful woman and insanely funny, like comedian funny. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
Of an accident, this in Penn Hills, Holton Road near the intersection with Indiana Road. Please do watch for the slowdowns around that as crews are headed to the scene to check out that problem for you. No major problems on your parkways, but we certainly do have some delays for you that are fluctuating. Parkway East ahead of the Squirrel Hill tunnels. You're now in line at Edgewood Swissvale. The outbound ride toward the eastern suburbs, Turnpike in Monroeville, and Murraysville, points beyond. All good on the outbound side. Inbound Parkway West is now stacking at the top of Green Tree Hill as you try to head into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Very slow go as well, exiting to that Green Tree exit ramp. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows. And save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere, for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's PHILO.TV.
So, literally, we needed 2 new refrigerators. 2 at one time. They both blew out. Guess what? My man Matt and his boys at Voss TV and Appliance delivered them the next day. Insane pricing. Insane service. I'm telling you, man, it's the best family-owned businesses, all major appliances, all great prices, all great service. 412-650-VOSS. 412-650-VOSS.
Are your property taxes too high? You have until October 1st, 2024 to file an appeal of the Allegheny County Property Tax Assessment. Contact Richard Ernsberger at the law firm of Barron & Ernsberger, 412-391-2515. That's 412-391-2515.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
If you're still waiting for a sign, here's another one. At California Psychics, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work for us, so we only connect you with the best. That's how we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Dramatic sound effect incoming. Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1.
And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's Friday night. We usually go to a pizza place. I'm looking for a new pizza joint. I got to go to my boy Shuley's place. He says, and he's right, he says that we give, and the media gives, and the public gives, and actually this is a valid point. We give publicity the same like 5 pizza joints. It's actually kind of fair discussion, isn't it? My whole life we've talked about the same 5. And that we should talk about all of them. So there. I think we're going to go to Shuley's. It's in Oakland. And hard-working, wonderful people. Why not? It is funny how many times I've mentioned Minio's on this show over the years. Probably 1,000. Fiore's, right? Same kind of 5 places. And that dude comes to town, that Barstool guy, and he went to 5 joints. Giuliano's, my boy Jim says. Renee, Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Come on. I can't take it. Too much, too soon, my dear. Too much.
I'm kind of with you there.
Right?
Yep. So, my mom, she was a Christmas baby, but she would leave our Christmas decorations up all year round, and then every Christmas she would change them in the window. And I was like, Mom, why are you doing that? She's like, well, if somebody drives by the house and they look over at the house and they're having a bad day, they'll laugh and think, oh, what a crazy lady who lives in her house with her Christmas decorations up.
Patrick,
So,
what were you
every
saying?
year-
You have a relative or someone that has 5 trees up or something?
Yeah, one of my, my son's cousin. They have 5 up in the house at any given time.
5.
5. Different rooms, Christmas trees, different themes.
Starts to look ratty. Thank you. Starts to look ratty and cluttered, and that stuff gets dirty too, man. Man, I love Christmas. I love the process. We go out and find a tree, we put it up. It's fine. I put all the decorations up outside. You name it, we do it. But man, not now. And my girl Stacy, and I love her, by the way. She's one of the funniest. She's one of the most naturally funny people on earth, and she's legit about putting her Christmas crap up. I posted on X and Facebook. You can see it. She too much for me, man. Steve, what's up?
Hey, Marty. Hey, I was the guy that called you about a month ago about a shamble you wanted to know about in a golf tournament. But I don't know why you're like hating on Christmas all of a sudden. And I think you should get out there and
September, man.
Oh, yeah, but you got to think like Stacy. Get your lights up and get a couple trees up in the house. You know?
It's not happening, brother. There's no way, man.
Oh, you have to keep the family happy, you know.
Where are yours at, man? Send me some video, and then I'll do mine.
I don't put a tree up.
My man Sam.
I'm sorry, but I just don't. But I just wondered why you're hating on it, that's all.
Because it's September, Sam, that's why. So this is why I love these people that listen to this show, and I love his call. So he's calling to give me grief because I don't want to have Christmas in September, and my man doesn't put a tree up at all. At all. We might be going to Florida for Christmas to stay with my in-laws. Whew. Whew. Talk about the Grinch stealing Christmas. Oh, man. And then here's what will happen. My kids will want to go to Disney because they're in Orlando. I'll tell you right now. Put me on death row first. I swear I will not go to Disney if we go to Florida. I swear I will not go to Disney at Christmas. Every idiot from every foreign country. 1,900 languages, 75,000 people in line. Oh, it's beautiful. No, it isn't. Here's the thing. Christmas is supposed to be joyful and about family, which is my thing, man. I make this insane Christmas dinner. And I don't drink, and I buy these 2 big bottles of, what is it, Johnny Walker Blue? It's insanely expensive. And I get hammered. And I am not, whoa. Wow. So my nephew just sent me wow. So my nephew is in the Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte area. And, you know, Bill had mentioned this, Patrick. Just went through some pretty scary tornado warnings. Wow. Passed over the most populated area of the triangle. Wow. My nephew's going to call us right now. That's crazy. So this is what we're talking about, Patrick. So the offshoots of these storms, and I hate to kind of interrupt my monologue about how much I hate Disney, but you've heard it now for 20 years. There he is. Grab my nephew real quick. Thanks. That's my nephew, Danny. Danny, good morning, buddy. How are you? Tell us where you're at, pal.
Well, I live in Cary, North Carolina, so right outside of Raleigh.
Okay, kind of set us up for what's happening there and what you're seeing.
Well, I've lived here for 2 years, and there are some surrounding areas that will get tornado warnings. This is my first one here, experiencing it here, and it was pretty scary because we were watching the news, and they're able to track it, as you well know, right down to the road right over from you. And, I mean, it was right, the tornado warning was right in our area where the meteorologists are saying, get to your safe space, your interior room. They repeated, go to your lowest floor, interior room, away from windows. Raleigh has a lot of clay soil, so very few basements. People don't have basements here.
Right on.
And so it was a little bit. It was scary. I have 2 8-year-old kids, my twin sons, and what do you want them to understand what's going on, but you don't want to scare them.
Yeah.
So we kind of didn't really tell them what was going on. Kind of let them keep doing their thing. But I've never, I'm a reporter. Obviously, I've covered these stories. I've been out covering them. Lived in Dallas.
Yeah.
But even there, never really experienced where they said, "Hey, you guys are now. It's coming to you." It was scary. And the wind out, you look outside and the rain is pouring.
Oh, wow.
And the wind is howling and the sky looks kind of weird. And also with the clay soil, a lot of trees topple here because the roots don't go down, they go out. And we have, I'm just staring at the big trees outside of my house going, oh, man.
Man. And, hey, will they call you into work? He's a big shot anchor there at WRAL, one of the best television stations, and his wife in Raleigh. Will they call you in? You have to go in now and cover this?
I was supposed to be in, and I'm fully dressed. I'm in my suit, and I said, guys, I can't leave the house.
Oh wow, because it was that dangerous.
Oh, 100%. There's no way.
Bro.
And not only that, just at that point, your naked eye. I mean, the idea of pulling out of my garage into that, it would be insane.
Your Uncle Marty would, right? I'd be right in the middle of that shooting live.
Yeah, you probably would have, up in it like Dorothy.
Yes, I would. Man, I love you. Stay in touch. Tell us if this develops or something else happens, all right?
Will do. Love it.
Thanks,
Bye.
Danny. Danny Buckwack. Fantastic. Dan Haggerty by his television name, which is his father's birth name. A fantastic talent. 2 boys, amazing wife who's a fantastic, gifted reporter there as well. And this storm is insane, how big it is and the footprint it has. We'll stay on top of it.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news. And what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
73, light rain falling now at Pittsburgh International. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Helene has weakened into a tropical storm that's moving from Georgia into the western Carolinas. As many as 3 million power customers are offline after the powerful storm made landfall late last night as a Category 4 hurricane. Rains from Helene produced flooding in parts of the Atlanta area this morning. Lynn Hayes-Freeland told KDK Radio's Marty Griffin she left her home in Decatur but was able to watch her backyard fill up with water on a Ring camera. And then she saw the flooding move to the front yard.
And then it just went blank because the power went out. In fact, the power at my house is still off. So I don't know what it looks like at my house at this moment.
Besides the devastation in the Florida Panhandle, the storm surge reached record levels of 6 to 9 feet in the Tampa Bay area. And besides rain showers this afternoon through tonight, which we're starting to experience now, Helene will bring windy conditions. In fact, through tonight, east winds around 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says it's time to take politics out of Nippon Steel's proposed buyout of U.S. Steel. He told Marty Griffin people concerned about national security are missing the bigger threat of relying on steel made overseas.
This will build the next decades of good work at that facility in Pennsylvania, and it will make America actually safer because we'll have more steel built in America and not in China, which is the real threat to all of us.
Pompeo says if the proposed buyout doesn't go through, it could have severe repercussions for the domestic steel industry and the region in particular.
Campaign 2024, the race for the White House.
Kamala Harris is scheduled to campaign today in Douglas, Arizona, a state where immigration and border security are top issues. In fact, Arizona saw a record influx of asylum seekers just last year. Donald Trump met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky today. The former president has been telling supporters he will end the conflict with Russia quickly if he's elected. In Allegheny County, the roughly 175,000 voters who've requested mail-in ballots should be getting them as soon as Saturday or early next week. The deadline to request one is October 29th. Also, county spokesperson Abigail Gardner says there are 4 satellite voting sites this year.
So there's a few more weekends in North Park, South Park, and CCAC Homewood. Plus, we added a few days in October at Soldiers and Sailors in Oakland.
Voters can ask for a ballot at a satellite location, vote it, and then return it, all at the same time. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is up 350 points at 42,525. The Nasdaq down 56 points. The S&P up about 1 now. KDKA Sports, tonight the Bucks play the Yankees at New York. Also tonight, the KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week powered by Bowser Chevrolet has North Allegheny playing Central Catholic. Our coverage starts with the Swart Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. TrustPJ.com. KDK Radio News Time, 12:03. Time to tackle dirt this football season. Call Coit for huge savings. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT today. Save 40% off all Coit cleaning services. We have light rain and 73 degrees at Pittsburgh International. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Hi, Paul Alexander here. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up fast, so while you're counting your blessings, why not add a thankful 30 to the list? With Awaken 180 weight loss, you could drop 30 pounds by Thanksgiving, or even 40 if you get the same results I did. I dropped my first 35 pounds in just 6.5 weeks, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. Imagine this. While everyone else is debating who the starting quarterback should be, you're sitting at the dinner table feeling lighter, more energetic, and thankful for the 30 pounds no longer holding you back. If I could drop 35 pounds with Awaken 180, I know you can hit that thankful 30 by Turkey Day as well. It's simple, laid out for you, and as you all know, it doesn't include a lifetime of medications. That's why I chose Awaken 180. Be thankful this year for dropping your 30 or more pounds. Head to Awaken180weightloss.com and reserve your consultation today. fast, proven, and as you all know, the weight will stay off thanks to free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Lynn just loves the summers in Pittsburgh, but she hates to paint, so she called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came and we discussed what we wanted done. And this time we had the roof done as well.
Formulated for our specific climate here in Indy and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty.
We truly believe in this product.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield is partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 2026 for qualified buyers. Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly cloudy, warm and humid for this afternoon and tonight with a couple of showers around. We'll have a high of 74 this afternoon and a low of 69 tonight. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Hear about it and talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I want to start out this hour, and I'm going to need your opinion on this because I've done quite a bit of research on this. And I'm certainly not diminishing the loss of life or suggesting that it's trivial or it doesn't matter. But what I want to suggest is that we take one incident and suggest that an entire populace is committing crimes. Play this tomorrow piece, please.
The U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Immigration and Customs Enforcement filed a sworn affidavit Thursday charging Saul Rivera Ramirez with illegal entry into the country. Rivera Ramirez is also being charged with homicide by vehicle, accident involving death by an unlicensed driver, and driving without a license, killing Christian Sluka of Dormont. Rivera Ramirez was deported from the U.S. in 2019 for illegal entry after crossing the southern border near Naco, Arizona. The federal criminal complaint does not detail how Rivera Ramirez re-entered the U.S. and made his way to the Pittsburgh area. He faces an October 4th preliminary hearing. A court date on the federal charges was not available. Tamira, Rush News Radio, KDKA.
So there you have it. An illegal immigrant who was deported came back in and committed this crime and killed someone. It's horrible. It's horrible. My question to you folks, do you believe, and I need honest answers, and I want your opinions on this because I think it's valuable to what we're doing right now in this country and the significance it has, in this marketplace, in this election period, in this narrative. This guy, as you heard, killed someone. Was it hit and run? Was it hit and run? Yeah. And he's in custody, and he was deported, snuck back in, and killed someone. And the narrative is that, if you listen to politics of the day, is that this is what they do. They're murderers and rapists, and there are incidents characterized and portrayed in all the political ads. And my question to you is, do you believe that illegal immigrants commit a significant number of crimes in your neighborhood, in your state, and in America? I'm actually very curious about this. I've talked to a number of judges about this. I have very good friends that are big shot judges. I've talked to a number of lawyers about this. I have a number of friends that are big shot lawyers. And the overwhelming answer is hell no. Hell no, they don't. But I'm curious what you think. Because what we do is we take one example like this, and again, I'm not dismissing the heinousness of this act or the horrifying consequence of someone being killed by a car and someone who shouldn't be here in the first place. However, what I try to do is give people perspective and suggest to you that it's not what you think it is. But you tell me. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. Is this a major problem in America? Because every time someone calls here, all these Trumpers, they throw this illegals thing at me. And I'm out there all the time, man. I'm kind of a street guy. I'm always all over the place. I know 800 cops. I know a bunch of judges, a bunch of lawyers. And the actual numbers don't match the rhetoric. They just don't. And I want to throw some numbers at you as we solicit phone calls, but I want your opinions. This whole notion that we're being flooded with 5 million illegals and they're all killing us and they're taking our jobs and they're raping our women and they're selling us drugs. 866-391-1020. The most recent data that goes all the way back to the 60s suggests that immigrants are 70 to 80% less likely to be incarcerated than U.S.-born citizens. Extensive research, Stanford University. Extensive. State-level research, the Cato Institute, Libertarian think tank, looked at Texas. They found that undocumented immigrants, so illegals, committed crimes at more than 40% less than white folks, citizens. How about that? The Marshall Project did a massive study. New York Times, Marshall Project, found that between 2007 and 2016, there's no link between undocumented immigrants and a rise in violent or property crimes in American cities. A little more than I'm going to get to your calls. Stanford concludes that first generation entering illegally, my man, is a crime. But a homicide detective is texting me, who I love and I will not name. Do they commit crimes here, my man? Do you pick them up for homicides, aggravated assaults, shootings at the same level you pick up your average white man or other folks in this community? And your own data says, hell no. It just does. Stanford study concludes that first-generation male immigrants do better, how about this, than U.S.-born men who didn't finish high school, which is the group more likely to be incarcerated in the United States. Oops. JR, go ahead, jump in here.
Hey, how you doing, Marty?
Great, man.
For me, it's not just like I know it's a heck of a lot to keep track of, millions and millions and millions of people.
It is.
And this guy coming over and killing another person, let him slip through the door somehow.
Right.
It's not only that. You have to understand that these people, they can start companies. They don't need to have insurance for the company. They don't need to register. They don't need
Hold on, because you're right. But let me tell you this. I'm a Pittsburgher. I go way back here, my man. And you know this because you sound like a guy that does. About 20 to 30% of the guys I know out there right now working, white guys with trucks, are not licensed, take cash only, and pay no taxes. You know that, right? White guys, not immigrants.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is,
just being fair.
If they get caught doing it, they get a huge fine and get blacklisted. But if the other people get caught doing it, they're like, have a good day, go on your way.
Hold on. I've been at this a while, probably as long as you have. And I've had a lot of people do a lot of work, and I've never, ever, ever known one person ever shut down, arrested, snagged, ever for doing work under the table in this town. Do you?
I know a few. I mean, they lost their insurance would go up through the roof.
They have no insurance. These guys don't have insurance.
So if you tell your homeowner's insurance company that, say, hey, I'm going to have this guy do my roof, they're going to want their insurance number. for the maker. So
I've had bathrooms done.
If they don't have the number.
I've had bathrooms done, driveways done. Man, I've been at this as long as you, my man. I know hundreds of guys, hundreds of guys that do this for a living, have no license at all, and take cash under the table. So this notion that only illegals do this, come on, man. I was born at night, but not last night. I was born on a Friday, but not this Friday. Spare me the BS.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Are you paying too much for prescription drugs? Other pharmacies take a $5 drug and charge $300, but not at Blueberry Pharmacy. We introduced the Cost Plus model over 4 years ago, ensuring transparent and fair pricing. From our North Hills location, Blueberry Pharmacy services Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. We apply the same pricing principle to everything from blood pressure medication to chemotherapy drugs. Enjoy exceptional service where you can talk to a real person like me. Call us at 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024, Bank of America, N.A.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your Lowe's weekend weather update. For Pittsburgh, Saturday looks to be mostly cloudy with a chance of a shower and a high of 77. It'll remain mild Saturday night under mostly cloudy skies and a low of 63. Heading into Sunday, it'll remain mostly cloudy with a chance of a shower, high 74. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get our home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get our team's expertise anytime.
September is Bowser Truck Month at Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. And you can get great deals on more than just your average truck. Get ready to drive into the future with the Chevrolet Silverado EV. With its sleek design, cutting-edge technology, and impressive range, this electric truck is perfect for adventures and daily commutes. Right now, get rates as low as 0% for up to 48 months on the Silverado EV at Bowser Chevrolet. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $464 applies with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends October 1st. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. BowserChevrolet.com.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
The clock is ticking. Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is almost over. Until September 30th, you can get 5 years of 0% financing on any purchase. It's the perfect chance for worry-free shopping with no interest and monthly payments customized for you. And now open Sunday, September 29th. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity. From luxury timepieces to engagement rings and more. Don't wait. Spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest on approved credit. Only until September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com.
Got a pesky drain? Galease Services' $93 clog crusher will clear your main drain or it's free. If Galease can't clear your clogged drain, it's free. Call 412-831-6199. 5-year warranty. Return visit included. PA 10887.
Call Galease.
Fall in for great savings at Coons Market.
Bone-in country-style spare ribs, $2.29 a pound. Green Giant fresh-cut vegetables, 12-ounce packages, 2 for $5. And Wonder Bar German-style bologna, $3.49 a pound. Come see us at Coons.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Veterans always have a great story to tell. Air Force veteran Nick Lambie recalls some of his favorite times with NORAD, the team dedicated to keeping American airspace safe.
I've controlled Super Bowls. A lot of people don't know that there are armed fighters over top of Super Bowls, making sure that, nobody, decides to get crazy in the air. over top hundreds of thousands of people. Same thing, every presidential movement, SpaceX, I've deconflicted the airspace for SpaceX and made sure that, it went off without a hitch. And whether you think you're super remote or, you want to hide behind, a bunch of targets, we will find you.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Immigration and Customs Enforcement filed a sworn affidavit Thursday charging Saul Rivera Ramirez with illegal entry into the country. Rivera Ramirez is also being charged with homicide by vehicle, accident involving death by an unlicensed driver, and driving without a license, killing Christian Sluka of Dormont. Rivera Ramirez was deported from the U.S. in 2019 for illegal entry after crossing the southern border near Naco, Arizona. The federal criminal complaint does not detail how Rivera Ramirez re-entered the U.S. and made his way to the Pittsburgh area. He faces an October 4th preliminary hearing. A court date on the federal charges was not available. Tamira, Rush News Radio, KDKA.
So, in 6 years, there's about 8,000 hit and run deaths. Hit and run. You know how many of those were committed by illegals? How many? Less than 5. Oops. I'm just trying to keep it real for you folks. Wow. Total deaths, crash deaths last year, 42,514. Do you know what percentage were killed by illegals? Less than 2%. What I'm suggesting is we kind of take our eye off the ball here because we always have to have a boogeyman. And I'm cool with that. You guys want to be mad at someone, knock yourself out, man. You want to find stricter laws with illegals? That's fine. Deport them. Throw them all in jail. Do whatever the hell you want. Should coming back into America the second time be a more serious crime? Or they should have some sort of amnesty plan, right? But if he's a criminal, throw him in jail. But my point is, for context, we all want to have the boogeyman as the illegals that they're destroying America when we're doing a hell of a job at it ourselves. You know how many homicides there were in Pittsburgh last year? What was there? 150? How many were committed by illegals? 0. I'm just trying to help you guys understand. In the Allegheny County Jail this morning, what are there, 2,500 inmates? 2,500? You know how many illegals? Fewer than 50. I'm just trying to keep it real for you guys. And regarding that work thing, this is a known fact. I mean, most old school towns like Pittsburgh, most of the guys that do most of the work, most of them are under the table cash guys. I mean, that do sidewalks and put in bathrooms, and it's just the truth. I mean, so this whole notion that illegals are stealing our jobs and they're not paying taxes and they're not licensed, okay, get in line. I'm not defending it. I'm telling you. Ask Steve Mazza about this, Carpenters Union. How many of these non-union guys come in with no licensing, no insurance, no nothing? They just put on your deck. And you pay them in cash and they go away. It's the truth. Hey, man, if you want to make them the boogeyman, knock yourself out. But I'm just trying to help you with some facts. Does it dismiss this horrible crime and this horrible act by a guy who came here illegally twice? Hell no. No, of course not. But the reality is, they ain't the problem. And in terms of taking our jobs, spare me. Spare me that bull. Come on, man. I can spend the next week on this talk show talking about the guys I know that are contractors, roofers, oh my gosh, landscapers. They're desperate for anyone from Honduras, Central America, anyone to put on a roof or paint a house. Or I'm serious about this. Help me out, man. Your average white man doesn't want these jobs, and they just don't. Ask anyone in the business. Ask anyone in the business. Is it a pain in the ass to deal with all these immigrants. Yeah, but it's not a pain in the ass in Pittsburgh. Spare me. Come on, man. I lived in Texas. I lived in L.A. Massive. But let me say this. All the major highways in Texas were built by immigrants. All of them, man. All the major buildings, all the housing projects, all the landscapers, all the cooks in the kitchens. Look what happened in California. They couldn't get anyone to pick their fruit, man. It just died in the fields. Because they couldn't. Quit saying that the illegals are the boogeyman. Yes, this accident's horrible. Horrible. But illegals aren't out there driving around hitting and killing people in Pittsburgh. I'm not saying welcome one, welcome all. I'm just saying this whole notion you folks believe that they're killing everyone, raping everyone, and selling all the dope, and they're all coming here. It's a lie. And don't believe me. Call me a flaming liberal. I'm just a smart guy who does research. That's all. Kevin, go ahead. Thanks for holding on.
Yeah, Marty. First of all, you're not a flaming liberal. You may be slow. You're closer to the center than most.
Yeah, that's true.
But the point being is that we need immigrants.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's got to be done better. The problem, the people who are the dumpster fire, is the Beltway.
True. He's right.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
And now it's political, and let's everybody lie. I just came from Southern Ohio, which is where I was born and raised. I had a golf tournament with my graduating class 50 years.
Nice.
Anyway, they believe a goose flew over the golf course.
Yeah.
And I said, I hope they're not going to Springfield.
I love the call. I don't know what it was, my man, but we had a horrible connection with you. I don't know what was it. I don't know what it was, but it's a great call, and I love the insight, and I love your personality and your charm and sense of humor. Laura, go ahead.
Hi, Laura. Hi, Marty. Hey, I just wanted to say something about the immigrants. I mean, people are always...
Anyway, go ahead. First cross.
You know, the thing is like the other gentleman said, we need them.
Yeah.
You know, they are, all these people, I'm sorry, given immigrants, number one, we were all immigrants at one point in time.
Hey, my grandfather was in the IRA, came here illegally. Thank God he didn't come in recently. Go ahead.
Exactly. But not only that, they're not here taking our jobs. They're here doing the jobs that nobody else wants to do.
Oh, yeah.
They're the ones out in the farms picking whatever needs to be picked. They're the ones, behind the scenes, in the kitchens, doing the dirty work. They're the ones, you know what I mean? If we did not have them, I'm sorry, I have 4 children. Trust me, I mean, my son's an electrician.
Nice.
So I put him into solid.
Yeah.
But the majority, and I don't want to use white privilege or anything like that.
White kids don't want to work right now. I love your car. I ran out of time, but I get what you're saying. Look, I'm not defending. I'm not saying they're all martyrs. I'm not saying they're all great people. I'm not saying they don't commit any crimes. I'm just saying they're not as bad as you think they are. They're just not. It's not true.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121.
So when I went to physical, and it's a physical therapy joint in Monroeville for balance for me personally. It's really changed everything about my balance. I couldn't do rock climbing. I can now. I felt uneasy coming downstairs in the morning. I feel great now. I'm serious. It's amazing what they do at Physical. Physical. Physical, 412-457-8200. It's in Monroeville, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Physical, 412-457-8200.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 74 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. A fifth employee at Westmoreland Hospital is facing charges of misconduct. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
The Westmoreland County DA's office says 25-year-old Nick Casper locked a coworker in a freezer at the Independence Health System facility. The victim told police while he was Casper's supervisor, he was locked at times in a dark freezer over a 6-month period. This comes after 4 nurses were fired for misconduct. The nurses were accused of deliberately antagonizing several patients and taking pictures and videos of the nude victims without their consent. A statement from Independence Health System expressed shock and outrage over the actions of the nurses who were terminated without delay. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
As federal regulators have delayed a decision on the Nippon Steel purchase of U.S. steel until after the election, former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says it's time to take politics out of the decision. He tells KDKA's Marty Griffin that there is no other viable alternative on the table than this planned buyout.
If this transaction doesn't close because politics intervenes in a good outcome for America, is the Pennsylvanians and the workers at these facilities will be far worse off.
In a fiery and defiant speech to the UN General Assembly, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemned Iran, vowed to defeat Hamas and Hezbollah, and accused the UN of rampant anti-Semitism. He says Israel will fight until its enemies are defeated.
We will fight until we achieve victory, total victory. There is no substitute for it.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 247 points, the Nasdaq down 51, and the S&P 500 1 point lower. KDKA Radio News Time 12:31. Our next update's at 1. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Shelley, here we go. The kids are back in school, football season, but there could be fumbles all over inside your house with drinking pizza spills and puppy pediddles.
You know how I feel about that. Dirt has no place in my house, and that is exactly why, Larry, I have Zero Res on speed dial.
And we've got an opportunity for you right now. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning, too.
If you've never had a Zero Res experience, I'm telling you, their technicians are amazing. They make sure that everything is done according to your expectations before they head out the door. I'm telling you what, Zero Res is the place to call, especially this time of year.
412-701-1188. Make sure you ask for the KDKA special.
Spell it backward or forward, it still spells the same. Zero Res.
Lucky for you, you can score big this month with great savings from Zero Res. This is Larry Richard. Once again, we'll honor 5 individuals doing extraordinary things in the Pittsburgh community during our Hometown Heroes event on October 8th. Our Lifetime Achievement honoree is former Pirates manager, Hall of Famer Jim Leland.
Hometown Heroes is brought to you in part by Levin Furniture and Mattress, PNC, Centimark, Lamont Restaurant, Schneider Downs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, CASA of Westmoreland County, Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters, West Penn AAA, and by News Radio 1020 KDKA.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A couple of showers around for this afternoon and tonight. It'll stay rather cloudy, warm, and humid as well. We'll have a high of 74 this afternoon. Tonight's low 69 degrees. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
She's back. Join Dr. Bridget Shufo at 9 this Sunday morning and see how her wellness and weight loss help you get rid of excess weight and, more importantly, keep it off with a healthy lifestyle. It's Dr. Shufo's Health and Wellness Show this Sunday at 9 a.m.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I had no idea until I started getting out into the rehab world, and I mean this, physical rehabilitation. I've had it all. I've had swallow therapy. I've had balance therapy, and I've fallen. I've choked. You name it, and it's all related. I'm not complaining. I'm blessed to be alive. I've had a hell of a recovery process, and what's wild is because of the swallow therapy and the balance therapy. And Patrick sits here every day. I haven't had an issue with my voice in months. It's kind of wild. And I haven't had an issue with falling in 2 years. And I'm telling you, there was a time where I was a hot mess, as I'd like to say. But it kind of underlines and accentuates the importance of engaging your weaknesses and turning them into strengths. And I wouldn't feel this way about standing on my own 2 feet and doing stuff if it wasn't for Dr. Jess. Hi, Doc. How are you?
Hi, Marty. How are you?
I'm really good. You heard what I said. You can either ignore it or address it, right? When you have issues, whether it's balance or swallowing or whatever we're talking about, right?
That's exactly right. And what we like to emphasize here, too, and physical, too, is trying to pay attention to that. Because if you may not know, but 90% of older adults see a medical provider at least once a year.
Yep.
And yet less than half of those people actually report a fall if they experience one.
Well, hold on. This is really, really important what she just said. And I love Jess, and we actually joke around a lot when I see her. Guys are more of a pain in the ass than women. And let me put it in a different way. They're more stubborn about doing this sort of thing, are they not sometimes, Jess?
I don't know. You said it, not me, Marty.
Right. but they do. Oftentimes, men don't want to take this on, do they?
They definitely don't. And it's a lot of times it comes with pride as well, because you're used to being an independent person. We actually have a lot of people right now. They're used to being so independent. They're remembering the good old days when they played football or they played basketball.
That's right.
And they didn't have a single concern about their balance. And so by having that pride in themselves and reminiscing, they are way less likely to report a fall to their doctors or even their loved ones.
I'll tell you what, though. What's actually been really rewarding about knowing Jess and going to physical and getting rehab is I'll go in there on Friday when I'm leaving. The waiting room is full, and there's these folks that listen to the show and or friends who have their parents in there, and a lot of them are guys, and they've kind of embraced this notion of getting help, and it's turned them around, has it not, Jess?
It definitely has, for sure.
And the most important step is taking on this monster, because they're afraid. But you really have a process that makes it easy at any level, do you not?
Oh my gosh, yes. So we like to tell people that they can take their own health into their own hands. So you don't have to wait until you experience a fall. You don't have to wait until you're having pain. If you want to get better, if you sense that you're not where you want to be, you can come in and see us. We are direct access certified, which means that people can come in off the street and see us without a referral from their doctor. So even if it's just a twinge, or if you feel like you're getting up out of the chair slower than you used to, or you're not able to get out like you used to, you can give us a call. Our phone number is 412-588-8299. 457-8200, and we can schedule an appointment for you to get you back and functioning where you want to be, because not a lot of people realize, like I said, that you could take your own health into your own hands.
One of my boys, Mike Huss, he was with the city. Now he's a big shot with Highmark. He does all the security. His father's coming to you guys at Physical, because Mike heard us talking about it. His father has had a tremendous change in his ability to do anything since he started seeing you, Jess, has he not?
Oh, he has, and that's not even myself. That's the hard work and dedication of Dr. Stephanie and myself as well. We actually take turns treating his father. So Dr. Stephanie has gotten his strength back in his legs, allowing him to balance better. He was able to walk across the street, across the parking lot into the lab testing just a few weeks ago. Completely blew away his wife, whereas before he would just wait in the car and sit there and wait for someone to walk with him. But now he's walking on his own. I'm working on strengthening his hands, whereas he had trouble feeding himself before. Now he's using power tools.
So hold on. This is no BS. This is real life stuff. He was, in essence, incapacitated and, in essence, kind of getting in this funk, and I'm going to give up. Now he's walking on his own, power tools on his own. How do you accomplish that?
And the biggest smile on his face, too, while he's doing it. So how we accomplish that is, trying to get someone motivated, find the things that motivate them. So he wanted to use his power tools again. He wanted to be able to feed himself. He wanted to be able to walk on his own. So we listen to our patients when they come in. It's not a new concept, but a lot of people apparently just don't have the time for it. We listen to everyone. So we have individuals who tell us that they're having a hard time gripping the steering wheel when they're driving. So we're going to focus on that. We have people saying that they can't play basketball with their grandkids. Guess what? We're getting them hooked into the harness system, and we're playing basketball.
Wow. So look, there's a different approach for everybody, but at the end of the day, you have had great success with a lot of different folks having a lot of different ailments, have you not?
We definitely have. I don't want to toot our own horn, but I think the physical model itself has allowed us to help so many people in the Monroeville area, because we're located in Monroeville. We have people coming all the way from the North Hills. We have people coming from Irwin, from Greensburg, Penn Hills. It's just such a fantastic thing to see all these people getting back, and we like to say loving their lives.
Otherwise, my dear, and we've talked about this, you get in a funk, man. And then you get depression, anxiety, you put on weight, you feel worthless. It really can create issues in your head. Also physical issues, but in your head too, can it not?
It definitely can. And a huge part of therapy, and you can even attest to that, is the emotional aspect of it. So you and I joke around when you come in here. Yeah. That's because we gauge which therapist we think would fit best with you. If you're someone that requires quiet and concentration, we're going to put you with a therapist that is more calm and quiet, or put you in a different area where it's calm and quiet. If you're someone that thrives on that social interaction and joking around, we're going to do that with you, because therapy is not just physical, it's emotional as well.
Love it, Jess. How do they get you again? How do we get you?
You can give us a call. Our phone number is 412-457-8200. And like I said before, we are located in Monroeville. We are on Monroeville Boulevard behind the shopping mall, about a minute down from the post office. And again, that phone number was 412-457-8200. We are physical, spelled with an F. We're spelled different because we are different, Marty.
You know what she did, Patrick? She gave away my appointment this morning. She literally calls me and said, I canceled your appointment. This is how much she loves me. She kicked me out. Wow.
Listen, you're bringing too many people in here, so, I'm not complaining.
I love her.
Maybe if you weren't late, Marty.
She's amazing. I am late all the time there. It's actually become a joke. Jess, you're the best. Thanks, my dear.
You are very welcome, Marty. Thank you.
All right. Here's the thing about it. No BS, man. First of all, she's become a good friend. But beyond that, I'm telling you, when I'm leaving, the waiting room is full of people, and they hear this on the show, and they literally hold their hands up and say, I got to tell you, it's changed my life. Especially for guys, we get kind of stubborn. And I was stubborn about my balance and just said to hell with it. I'm never going to do rock climbing again. To hell with it. I'm never going to jump rope again. To hell with it. But at the end of the day, you got to do it. Or you sit in a chair and sulk. And sulking sucks. Just does.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Long live the king. Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 29th. It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. Eat, drink, and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghrenfest.com.
One person dies from heart disease every 33 seconds. Do everything you can not to be the one. Understanding your risk factors, like your cholesterol, blood pressure, and BMI, could save your life. Our experts at the nationally recognized UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute are here to help you get your heart health on track. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to schedule an appointment.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
15 packs of Pepsi products, 2 for $14. Save $1 on 2 gallons of milk, just for Par Mar Rewards card holders. Dan's angrily inviting you to download the Par Mar Rewards app today. And remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Go between the hash marks and get your football fix every Thursday evening at 6 with the Bowser Chevrolet Quest for the Best High School Football Show live from Dave & Buster's. Dan Zangrilli and the Dean of High School Sports, Mike White, break it all down. It's powered by Bowser Chevrolet and brought to you by Diulis Law. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Bob Casey supported sanctuary city policies that let criminal illegal immigrants onto our streets instead of deporting them. Casey voted over and over again to fund sanctuary cities, making our neighborhoods less safe. After an illegal alien was arrested for domestic assault in Philadelphia, instead of deporting him, they let him go. Thanks to sanctuary city policies Bob Casey supported. That same criminal, released under the radical policy Casey voted for, went on to repeatedly rape a 5-year-old girl. It could have been prevented. It should have been prevented. But Bob Casey failed us. The U.S. attorney said this young girl was raped because of Philadelphia's sanctuary city policy. Bob Casey voted over and over for this madness, putting our families, our children, at risk. We've had enough of Bob Casey. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. SenateLeadershipFund.org.
Oh, this is good. It's Marty. It's arrived. My friend Robert Levin and the Levin Furniture and Mattress Store team are hosting Levin's biggest sale of the year. Check it out. Get the biggest discount ever. 25% off the best selection of furniture and name brand mattresses. Or get the biggest finance offer ever. 0%. Wow. Interest for 6 years. Minimum purchase of $34.99 with 20% down. Wow, amazing savings. Robert Levin Furniture, folks, the best.
Hey, this is Lisa with Nest Expressions Window Fashions. It's that time of year, and my drapery team and I are ready to meet your expectations and budget. No one has more hands-on experience with blinds, draperies, and shutters in the window fashions world than I do. That's just some of the reasons why you should call 724-933-5500 or simply book online at nestexpressions.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Health experts are excited about the FDA's newest drug approval, and so are stock traders. Shares of Bristol-Myers Squibb are rising 3% today after health regulators late yesterday approved Cobenfy, the first new treatment for schizophrenia in decades. It targets different areas of the brain than the older treatments, meaning hope for patients for whom the old drugs haven't worked. The White House has been pressuring large U.S. employers to stock the opioid overdose medication naloxone, brand name Narcan, in workplaces, and some states are moving toward requiring it. Now one of the country's largest employers is doing it. Dow Jones reports Amazon will begin stockpiling naloxone across its warehouse network, starting with its massive fulfillment centers, followed by delivery centers, air hubs, and possibly offices. Wall Street's index is splitting it right now. Dow gaining more than 0.5%. It is in record territory. S&P 500 down 1/10. NASDAQ right now pulling back 0.5%. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Man, this storm, my God. The largest hurricane in history to hit this big bend in Florida. And Patrick, you're just throwing this death toll at me. It's kind of, it's just devastating.
New York Times is now saying we're over 20 deaths so far. There were 5 in the Tampa area already.
Wow, Lynn Hayes is sending me, wow, her front yard has several feet of water. And she's in Atlanta. What did she tell us, Patrick? Did she say 11 inches of rain?
Yes, sir.
And my nephew was calling from Raleigh, the Raleigh-Durham area. And then my niece was calling from, where was she, South Carolina, Columbia. It's a massive, massive, massive storm. If you look at it on a map, it's insanely big. Patrick, it's rare for us to see something this big.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it takes a hurricane of this magnitude. Even a smaller one, you're going to get a lot of rain spread out. But we haven't seen it like this in a very long time.
What Bill Sawyer sent me a note, too. Tornado threats in the Carolinas and Virginia. And by the way, Billy, that nails what my nephew was saying, because he's in Raleigh. Raleigh-Durham, he's a TV anchor at WRAL, which is really well-known, a highly regarded television station there. And he had his, this is something we don't realize here, we forget. Most of these places, like I lived in Texas, and most people don't have basements. Here we just go down to the basement. You can't there. You can't. And as my nephew said, so you get a tornado warning. It's really kind of scary because you're going to a place in the house, internal room, blah, 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 and hiding. He has twin boys that are 8 years old, and then everybody's scared. And that's a problem. And we're staying on top of all this weather. And I would suggest that if you have relatives in this area, and this is a massive part of the United States, the entire eastern seaboard, quite frankly, that you stay in touch with them. Lynn Hayes just sent me a note, Lynn Hayes Freeland. Wow. I'm trying to get her to call us because I want to get an update from her. This situation just seems to get worse. It's rough, man. The last hurricane of any consequence was what, Patrick, 20 years ago? Was it? Yeah.
Not the last of any consequences. We had that superstorm Sandy that hit the East Coast. New Jersey was inundated.
I'm talking about us in Pittsburgh. What's the one was in, man, the massive, massive storm?
Ivan.
Man, insane damage.
20 years ago in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Lynn Hayes Freeland, who's outside of Atlanta, they've had 11 inches of rain, and it continues to fall. And she's getting more water. Looks like creeping up in her front yard. We're going to get remnants of it, but not a lot of it, damage from this storm, which is a good thing. My nephew sending me a note. Horrible in the mountains, 3 hours away. Oh, my. Historically bad, 2 dead. So that's Raleigh, Durham. And what are you seeing, Patrick? Drownings or what is it? Accident? I saw a sign fell on someone. And
there's that sign that fell on someone outside of Tampa, across the bay there. There are 5 dead in different communities. At least 2 of those are from drowning. They're not sure about cause for the rest.
All right. We'll stay on top of it because, as I have mentioned, we have so many folks in this area that have family that lives. Well listen, I'm going, my niece is in Columbia, South Carolina. My nephew and his wife and grandkids there in WREL, that's Raleigh. We have Lynn Hayes Freeland in Atlanta. We go all the way down the coast. We have a bunch of folks in Florida that we heard to earlier. And Samantha, didn't your sister evacuate?
Yeah, she did.
From where?
She lives in St. Pete, St. Pete Beach.
Oh, wow. Damage or what? Damage? Hello?
No, she evacuated before the storm started.
She looked at me like I was high, or she went into some kind of a stroke, mini stroke. Did you have a stroke?
Oh, I don't have my headphones on, so I can't hear.
Did she? Oh, you don't have your headphones on. So how are you just reading my lips right now?
No, I'm messing with the mic.
So when did she evacuate?
Like earlier this week.
Oh, wow. She's been out for a while.
Yeah, no, she went before the storm.
Oh.
So she has no idea what she's going back to yet.
I think her roommates are there, and I think that everything's kind of fine. I haven't heard anything crazy, but yeah.
I've been looking at some of the reports from some of my friends. I have a lot of friends who are still in the Tampa area. I worked there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And St. Pete is devastated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Clearwater is in bad shape.
Yeah, we saw a video from Clearwater, like 3 or 4 feet of water. Wow. Oh, they got hammered by Hurricane Ian. Wow, the 2-year remembrance of Ian has been canceled on Fort Myers Beach. Huh. I bet you, Billy. Wow, Fort Myers got devastated. I forgot about that. It got wiped out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fort Myers, Sanibel.
Yeah. It's hard for folks living down there. The one woman has been there 3 years, has had 4 hurricanes. And to a person, look, they love Florida, but the issue is, and Patrick's got weather up on the stream on X and Facebook and on Odyssey, the live stream. Man, insane weather. The problem is 2 things. A recovery, getting someone to do the work, and then to buy a home down there right now and to get any sort of reasonable cost on insurance is next to impossible. And, man, folks are spending tens of thousands of dollars to get insurance for bigger homes. Insurance rates in many communities are unavailable. The companies have bailed. So the state has to offer insurance and put you in a pool, high risk, and it's insanely expensive. For those who want to move to Florida because of the weather and no state income tax, you might want to think hard about the impact of hurricanes.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
At AHN, we see you juggling 100 things at once. That's why we made it easier to book with the doctors you need. With AHN online scheduling, you can book with your primary care provider or get time with a specialist. Visit ahn.org/schedule, answer a couple of simple questions, and search for providers, locations, and times that work best for you. Easy online scheduling. Because at AHN, we see you.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, VH1, TLC, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited unlimited DVR, so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere, for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's PHILO.TV.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
People, listen to me, please.
You want to hear what I have to say?
Your voice.
My voice. Voice my displeasure.
The loudest voice
is heard.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's our chance to use our voice. Here.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 77 degrees with light rain at Pittsburgh International. At 1 o'clock, I'm David Ballarado. Emergency crews rushed Friday to rescue people trapped in flooded homes after Helene roared ashore as a powerful Category 4 hurricane in Florida, generating a massive storm surge and knocking out power to millions of customers in several states. Governor Brian Kemp said at least 11 people in his state have been killed and dozens are still trapped in homes damaged by the hurricane. At least 6 others died in Florida and the Carolinas. Helene has weakened into a tropical storm that's moving from Georgia into the western Carolinas. Rains from Helene produced flooding in parts of Atlanta, that area this morning. Lynn Hayes Freeland told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin that she left her home in Decatur, but was able to watch her backyard fill up with water on a Ring camera. Then she saw the flooding move to the front yard.
And then it just went blank because the power went out. In fact, the power at my house is still off. So I don't know what it looks like at my house at this moment.
Brothers Brother Foundation is preparing to contribute to the recovery effort in Florida, and News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more on that.
Many people in the Pittsburgh area have loved ones in the areas affected by Hurricane Helene, and help from Pittsburgh's nonprofit organization Brothers Brother is on standby and ready to assist in a big way. Tanner Rao, Director of Operations, says they've been working with food banks in those areas as a point of contact.
They have a better idea of everything going on in each area. So we do have funds set up to go to them where, anybody in the community can make donations, anybody in the world can make donations to them. And 100% will go fully to those food banks.
Rao says supplies are packed and ready to go as soon as they are given word to do so. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
More work scheduled for I-79 this weekend. KDKA Radio's Greg McAtee has the details.
Beginning tonight at 7 o'clock, PennDOT crews will restrict southbound I-79 to a single lane round the clock through Monday morning between the Neville Island Bridge and the Craft and Moon Run interchange for milling and paving operations. In addition, the ramp from Route 51 to southbound 79 will close to accommodate the crews working on the project. Detours will be posted. The restrictions are set to be lifted by 6 a.m. Monday. Greg McAtee, News Radio, KDKA.
The Federal Reserve's preferred inflation measure is providing new evidence that price pressures are easing, a trend that's expected to fuel further Fed interest rate cuts. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the 12-month inflation rate was down to 2.2%.
When Federal Reserve officials cut interest rates by 0.5 percentage point earlier this month, they had used the rationale that the inflation battle was largely over. This report gives credence to that belief.
And right now on Wall Street, the Dow is up 230 points. The Nasdaq is down, however, lower by 35, and the S&P 500 up 2 points. KDKA Sports, tonight's KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has North Allegheny at Central Catholic. Dan Zangrilli says this is a classic rivalry during the regular season as well as the playoffs.
They've met 3 times in the championship. North Allegheny has a 2-1 lead. They've met in non-championship games, the quarterfinals or the semifinals. 1-1 is the record. No team has won more than 3 games in a row.
Our coverage starts with the Sword Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6 p.m. And the Pirates visit the Yankees for their final series of the season. News is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 103. Time to call Shenderovich, and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS. It's 77 degrees with light rain in the Pittsburgh area. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Hey, folks, Marty, if you're thinking about your future, think about Community College of Allegheny County. You'll be blown away by all the programs they have. It's amazing. Folks, CCAC is the place to get ready for the job of the future, jobs that are right here in Pittsburgh. Cybersecurity, IT, gaming, advanced manufacturing, robotics, automation, and so much more. Hey, it's time to stop thinking about it and make it happen. Registration for the spring semester is now underway. Visit ccac.edu to learn more.
September is Bowser Truck Month at Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. And our deals are as impressive as our trucks. Get ready to conquer the road with the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 and get rates as low as 1.9% for up to 36 months. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Chevrolet today and take advantage of these limited time offers. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to help you find your perfect Chevy. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $464 applies with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends October 1st. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. BowserChevrolet.com.
Get ready to enjoy family fun and fitness in Point State Park on Saturday, September 28th at the Dollar Bank Junior Great Race. Your family can join the fun run, or you can cheer on your little ones in the Diaper Dash and Tot Trot. There's something for everyone 12 and younger, including mascots, t-shirts, medals, and more. It's all part of one great weekend, celebrating the Richard S. Caligari City of Pittsburgh Great Race, presented by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Details at y108.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
From this afternoon into tonight, we'll have a couple of showers around. It'll stay rather cloudy, warm, and humid with a high of 74 and a low of 69 degrees. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team as they discuss breakfast recipes and your favorite way to enjoy your coffee. It's the Coons Cooking Hour presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, a lot going on. A lot going on in Florida, a lot going on in the Carolinas. We'll stay on top of it. Wanted to snag Congressman Chris Deluzio. How are you, sir?
Hey, Marty. Thanks for having me on. How are you doing?
Chris, you're a Naval Academy guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Served in the military, family man. Pretty nasty race between you and Mercury right now. Do you think that's a fair connotation of it? Nasty? I think that's fair, right?
Well, look, I think these elections are tough these days, and they have been for a while. And, you know, folks get to hear not just the different visions, but everyone's making their case. And I think I've laid out a good case for having getting done for folks here in Western PA. And, you know, this week we avoided a government shutdown, and I was proud. All of my House Democratic colleagues, I think north of 60% of my House Republican colleagues, we voted to keep the government funded and avoid what would have been a really painful shutdown.
I agree. I don't want to blow past this, though, because I've sat at lunch with you, and you don't like, because I can't stand it, the rhetoric and the confluence of negative ads. You don't like this. There's no way you can, right, Congressman? There's no way, right?
No, look, I don't think anybody likes sitting in front of their TV and seeing nothing but, you know, you're watching the news or watching a Steelers game, you can't escape an ad. And certainly a congressional race like mine, Senate, presidential, I mean, we all have to spend on TV. And the other part of it is, and I think folks probably know, a lot of these ads you see, it's not even the candidates, it's the super PACs. Right. Like in my first election, I mean, there was like $20 million spent on television. The majority of that was super PACs. It's a problem in our races.
What does your wife think of this? Does she just not want it? Huh?
Now, look, she's proud I do this. Yeah. You know, you take some lumps in these negative ads, but that's part of the job.
Now this Mercury guy's coming after you on social media this morning, saying you're hiding from him, that you won't debate. What's that about?
Oh, that's a bunch of baloney. I accepted 2 debates that he declined, so I don't know what that's about. And, I remain willing to debate. So there could have been 2 earlier ones that he didn't want to do, so I don't know. I don't get it.
You know what it does, man? And I like you a lot. You know that. It makes good men look bad, and I can't stand it. I've said this to you before about the guy Reschenthaler, and I love him too. I love how hard he works and his background and his family. Sometimes does it seem to be just too much that it's just not worth it, Chris?
I'll tell you, Marty, I don't feel that way. Okay. I think this country of ours is worth our efforts, big and small. I think it is perfectly American to have tough elections and make your case for the vision, and sometimes it gets tough, no doubt. But I think this is fundamentally healthy to see people compete for votes. And, the other part of it is you look at most districts, they're not competitive, where Democrats, Republicans got to go out and make their case.
True. Hey, Chris, something that I'm 1,000% in support of, and one of your folks sent this to me this morning. I said, we got to snag him. You're working hard. Veteran suicide is massive. You're working hard to take a step to, in the best way we can, learn how to protect them, are you not, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, it's the suicide rate for veterans, it's, north of 50% higher than civilians.
It is.
So I got to build together with some Democrats and Republicans. Brian Fitzpatrick, actually, the Republican, is with me on this. This is called Saving Our Veterans Lives Act. We got gun safety groups, a gun industry group. We've got veterans groups. This will fund getting lock boxes to veterans who want them.
Right on.
It's a common sense thing that I hope can save some lives.
Well, literally, if you can create a moment's pause where they can't reach this weapon, where it's locked away, where it would take effort, you could save a life. And that's really the genesis of this and the premise of this, is it not, sir?
That's it. And look, a lot of gun owners in places like Western Pennsylvania, no doubt, people who are responsible gun owners believe in safe storage. Yep. And if we can get some of these lock boxes into the hands of veterans who want them, and if that can save some lives, and we think it can, there's some good research on this, this should be a no-brainer. So I'm hopeful that something that Congress can get done.
Congressman, I appreciate you, man. Good luck out there. It's a jungle out there, brother.
Always. Thanks for having me on, Marty.
All right, my man. I like him. You know why? He answers the phone. I'm not trying to be... I'm serious. There's some political leaders that don't answer the phone. They never, ever, ever, ever appear on anything. And Chris Deluzio is not one of them. He just isn't. And he answers tough questions, as you heard. And he also said something important. Rob Mercury, by the way, is also a good guy, quite frankly. But what happens is they get nasty, and you don't know who the hell to believe. You just don't. And this is a targeted race, meaning, and that's why we're seeing insane amounts of money. Insane amounts of money. Like, we were joking about, there's this woman running for state rep who was throwing a softball, and right? And very athletic and a family person and very positive about the her opponent came after her big time today about tax liens and property, portraying and characterizing this woman as a horrible person. Yep. And the thing about it is I just don't think I would do it. Look, I take criticism, and I'm a big boy, and I'm fine with it. Actually, I kind of like the back and forth with the Trumpers. I got a lot of back and forth today about immigrants, a lot of emails about immigrants and texts about immigrants and how horrible they are and how I'm an idiot and all this other stuff. However, but if you have a family and you're sitting there with your kids and there's $40 to $50 million worth of hate ads, I just can't understand why we're doing it. Just for perspective. It's never happened before. Ever. $12.9 billion spent on these campaigns. $12.9 billion. Steve sent a note. Deluzio made a statement that's incorrect. He said the races have to be tough so that we can state our case. The problem is that's not what ever happened. All they want to do is tell you what's wrong with the other person's case, and they never really tell you what they believe. Serious problem. He just did. But to your point, Steve, what happens is they spend 3 months saying he sucks. No, she sucks. No, he's a criminal. No, she's a criminal. No, he's a criminal. No, she's a criminal. No, he's a liar. No, she's a liar. So to your point, Steve, it all gets old, brother. Really, really old. I tune it out. I think it sucks.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Or a global one. You know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your Lowe's weekend weather update. For Pittsburgh, Saturday looks to be mostly cloudy with a chance of a shower and a high of 77. It'll remain mild Saturday night under mostly cloudy skies and a low of 63. Heading into Sunday, it'll remain mostly cloudy with a chance of a shower, high 74. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get our home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get our team's expertise anytime.
As a mom of 3, I'm responsible for big decisions impacting my family. Last year, we needed to replace a few appliances. Imagine my surprise when I learned that some places are banning gas stoves. Now, new government auto mandates mean we could pay thousands more for our next vehicle. We need more energy and more choices, not fewer. Learn more at energycitizens.org.
Paid for by the American Petroleum Institute.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Hey guys, it's Marty. I've been friends with Robert Pierce and Associates, for nearly 20 years. We have established a relationship about law, about protecting folks, about fighting for people for a long, long time. Last week, I'm talking to Rob at Robert Pierce and Associates about these diet drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy. Look, now folks are having serious side effects from these drugs. Throwing up, nausea, horrible, horrible side effects. And Rob Pierce and Associates, they've been at this 40 years. They're ready to take on these lawsuits. They're ready to fight for you. They have the experts. They have the free consultation ready to go. They have the experience in these cases. And look, I've seen it. They work, and they work hard. 412-281-7229. Robert Pierce and Associates.
PA Resources Council is collecting hazardous household chemicals like cleaners, paints, motor oil, pesticides, and more on Saturday, October 12th from 9 to 1 at Brady's Run Park in Beaver County. Event pre-registration is required. Visit prc.org for details and costs.
Celebrate the month of September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well. Online, ZeroResPGH.com. Take advantage of these huge savings. Spell it forward or backward, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The news just keeps getting worse regarding these storms. I know I'm all over the map today, but this is kind of what we call breaking news, and it's evolving. And my nephew is at WRAO. It's in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. And he's sending me this stuff as it happens. 4-year-old girl died in a flooded road. Jesus. I just can't. Jesus Christ. Charlotte adult killed when a tree fell on the house. My nephew, again, Danny. Danny is an anchor at a news station, and his wife, Kristen, who's amazing, too, in WRAL in Charlotte. In Raleigh, I apologize. The governor just declared it's the worst storm in modern North Carolina history. And as my nephew puts it, it's unthinkable. It's the worst pain imaginable. Lynn Hayes, checking back in. Tell folks where you are and what's happening with you. It's kind of a shocking amount of water.
Well, it really is, Marty. And, I spoke to you, I want to say it was around 10, a little after 10 this morning.
Yep.
The water around my house had begun to recede. So I'm thinking everything is going to be fine. I can go back to the house, see what kind of damage there is. And apparently, because, all these tributaries are connected, as other creeks and rivers crested, it then flowed into the creek behind my house. And so now my house is completely surrounded by water. The front, the side, the whole front yard. And it's not clear. I can't get in the house even if I wanted to.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way I can get in the house. I think I sent you a picture of it, so you can use it if you like. So, I just have to, at this point, I'm going to contact my insurance company and FEMA and see where to go. It's funny because you cover these stories all the time, but this is the first time I ever lived one of these stories.
Hey, it might be a dumb question, but I'm a stupid guy. Do you have a basement?
No.
Oh, good.
No, I do not. So.
Because I'm looking at this water, and that would be in a basement if you had a basement.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I do have a crawl space.
Oh.
I do have a crawl space, and I am more than confident that it's filled.
And I'm looking at your street. It looks dry. So what you're saying is true. It's not raining anymore, is it?
No, it's not raining, and it hasn't rained for maybe 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so the rain has stopped, and it's, it's just a normal Georgia day at this point. But they also said that we would be feeling the effects of this because there was so much water that went into the tributaries here that it would be days before we really knew the extent of the damage. And I think I mentioned this to you before. The creek that is behind my house connects to a creek over in a neighborhood called Buckhead, and they had to do literally a water rescue of 60 people over there. And that's when I realized, this is going to be a problem for me.
Wow, I'm sitting here looking at a stream of Hendersonville, North Carolina. It's horrible, Lynn.
It is. And we didn't, we got it bad, but we didn't get the worst of it. But it's not good. Pretty much my whole street. I saw one of my neighbors just moved in, just bought their house a month ago, and then this happens.
Lynn, what's up with Atlanta, the city itself? Is it shut down? Is it okay? What?
It is opening back up. Initially they had pretty much asked everyone to stay home. But now the streets are open. The streets, for the most part, unless they're connected to, a bed of water, they're pretty much opened up. Where the real issue is now, other than for neighborhoods like mine, is trees down, trees damaged. I have never seen as many trees in my life as there are in Atlanta, Georgia. There are trees everywhere. And that has been the other thing, because there's so much saturation of the ground, trees are being uprooted. You know how you see a tree, it falls over and the whole root is there? That's what's happening. And you're seeing, huge trees, 30, 40-year-old trees literally laying on their side. And several of them are landing on people's homes, on the houses.
Hey, the only upside to this particular story and yours is I'm hearing those beautiful grandchildren in the background. There's nothing better than that.
Yes, because I'm in their house. I said to you that I had gone to their house, which I'm glad that I did, because otherwise I would have been trapped in my house, literally.
You would have been. Hey, is there power back on in your neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is back on, yeah. So that way, and that's how I've been able to see the water through my ring cameras, which I have all around the exterior of my house. So that's how I knew. I was literally going to go home, and my daughter said, "Are you sure you can get in the house?" I said, "Oh, yeah," because I had looked at it earlier. Yeah. She pulled it up. She's like, "Yeah, you can't get in there."
Oh, there's no way. It's going to be a while. Thanks, my friends. Stay in touch,
all
please.
Right,
appreciate you.
Okay, sure.
Damn. The thing is, most people don't prepare for this sort of thing. For instance, we're looking at these towns along the eastern seaboard that have massive
Why can't I get out of this thing?
Massive flooding and massive damage. And we're looking at folks that have insane trauma in their lives now because of this devastating damage. In the recovery process, what's amazing is I'm texting with friends, man, and Billy had sent me this and he was right on, Patrick. So Jack Goodrich is a really good lawyer here. He had a home in Fort Myers Beach, got destroyed 2 years ago by Ian. And he said it's okay this year. However, wow, Fort Myers Beach got flooded again. 4 feet of water. Man, what's awful about what's happening is that they posted this in Fort Myers in the last couple weeks. Hurricane Ian, Remembrance and Resiliency Ceremony. In essence, we're back. September 28th, 2024. Wow, that's tomorrow. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Canceled. And this notice from the town of Fort Myers Beach. Hurricane Ian Remembrance and Resiliency Ceremony has been canceled due to the effects of Hurricane Helene and the cleanup of our town. Jeez. I sent a note to one of my friends who has a place down there, and I have not heard from him. I don't have the patience for this stuff. I just don't. I've never wanted to own a home in Florida, winter, summer, spring. I just don't have the patience for it. I would rather rent a week every couple of years and not have to worry about this madness. And those poor folks living there. The woman we talked to has had 4 hurricanes in 3 years. And then my nephew, he has 2 8-year-old boys, twins. And think about this legit hurricane, tornado warnings. These hurricanes spawn tornadoes. And they're in Raleigh. And they had a tornado warning right over their neighborhood. And so you got your kids laying in closets and in bathrooms, and you're thinking, why the hell am I doing this? And that's, wow. So now, when they're going to celebrate tomorrow, 2 years since Hurricane Ian destroyed that community. I mean, leveled it, because I have friends that have places there. Now it's been canceled because the water's back 4 feet. It's not 20 feet, as Patrick says, but it's 4 feet. And the problem is rebuilding. The problem is getting a contractor. And then the bigger issue is after this happens again for the second time in 2 years, getting any sort of insurance. And the massive issue is more than 20 dead, including a 4-year-old girl who was swept up in the waters. You can't put a price tag on it. And how a community or a family recovers from that, I can't tell you. Because there's no way out of that pain.
It's tailgate season, and before kickoff, stop by Salem's Market and Grill in the Strip for the best lamb chops in the burg. Salem's also has burgers, gyros, delicious Mediterranean dishes, sweet treats, and more. Show up to the tailgate with Salem's, and it's a surefire touchdown, baby. Salem's is open every day of the week, pickup or delivery. Located in the Strip at 29th and Penn, win big with Salem's Market and Grill in the Strip. Salem's Market is your passport for global cuisine. For catering and more, find them online at salemsmarketgrill.com.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine all the hot water you need only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien high-efficiency tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. And one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
The clock is ticking. Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is almost over. Until September 30th, you can get 5 years of 0% financing on any purchase. It's the perfect chance for worry-free shopping with no interest and monthly payments customized for you. And now open Sunday, September 29th. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity. From luxury timepieces to engagement rings and more. Don't wait. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only until September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 77 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1:30, I'm David Ballarado. At a briefing today, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said nearly a dozen people are known to have died from the effects of Hurricane Helene.
This has been a deadly storm. We've had 11 confirmed fatalities. I would ask all Georgians, like the Kemp family's doing, to keep these folks in these communities in your thoughts and prayers. We know that one of those was a first responder. When we ask people to stay off the roads and be patient, it's because we are trying to get to people. It is a very dangerous environment, and one of our finest has lost his life trying to save others.
That audio courtesy WSB-TV. A couple from Yukon Township accused of conning a man out of tens of thousands of dollars through a fake property listing on Facebook. Prosecutors say a victim responded to the listing by Timothy King and Amber Carr. He agreed to put up $20,000 as a down payment and looked to move in back in January. But police say King and Carr hadn't vacated the property then. When they noticed the house was vacant in August, the buyer lawyered up, and that's when they discovered that King and Carr didn't even own the property. It was owned by Pet Adoption League, which had then evicted them for failure to pay rent. Another big lottery winner in the area, the Pennsylvania Lottery, says someone won $3 million in the Fun Fortune scrap-off at the LNC store on Oak Street in Irwin. The store also gets a $10,000 bonus for selling that winning ticket. On Wall Street, stocks are up, at least as far as the Dow is concerned, up 194 points, but the Nasdaq is down 67 points. The S&P 500 has been fickle today. It's currently lower by about 5 points. KDKA Radio News Time 1:31. Our next update's at 2 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
There is treatment for your neuropathy pain. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla, owner of Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine. If you suffer from numbness and tingling in your hands and feet, throbbing pain, or you can't sleep at night, Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine treats neuropathy symptoms daily without drugs and surgery. Call 724-224-2224 to schedule your free consultation at our Sarver or Brackenridge offices. Just call Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine at 724-224-2224 for relief.
Are you paying too much for prescription drugs? Other pharmacies take a $5 drug and charge $300, but not at Blueberry Pharmacy. We introduced the Cost Plus model over 4 years ago, ensuring transparent and fair pricing. From our North Hills location, Blueberry Pharmacy services Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. We apply the same pricing principle to everything from blood pressure medication to chemotherapy drugs. Enjoy exceptional service where you can talk to a real person like me. Call us at 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat? I don't know. Why? Peer pressure. Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat. Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
If you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862. TTY 711 to learn more.
One of our licensed agents will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly cloudy, warm and humid for this afternoon and tonight with a couple of showers around. We'll have a high of 74 this afternoon and a low of 69 tonight. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kenotic and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal at Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, let's do it. It's Friday. My son asked me about this last night, and I told him. He said, Dad, there are videos out there on social media, and the kids see these of idiots stealing yard signs, political yard signs, grown men. And then some moron, because this is moronic and it's illegal, put wires on his and electrified it and hurt people. It's against the law. Can't do that. And my son wondered if that's true, and if it's real, it's real, it's true, and it happens. So I called Sorreo, my boy Mark Sorreo at Oakmont Bakery, for the great cookie count. So they're selling Trump cookies, Harris cookies, and Punchki. Punchki is not a candidate. Punchki is a 10X donut. It's a massive kind of donut filled with stuff. It's too much for me. I saw my brother-in-law eat 4, because he's a big boy with a massive appetite. If I eat one, I eat a quarter of one. They're delicious, by the way, and they sell the hell out of them. God bless them. So, every Friday we like to do this. I got 2 segments for you, because the polls came out today, too, the most recent. Kind of a dead heat. Depends on which poll, but she's a little bit ahead. 2 points, up to 4 points nationally. She's a little bit ahead, 2 points in most of the swing states. But in Pennsylvania, dead heat. Dead. So as I give you the numbers on the cookie election at Oakmont Bakery, let me open the phone lines. 866-391-1020. I do this every Friday, if there's time. 866-391-1020. Trump or Harris? Trump or Harris? If you're voting today, Trump or Harris? She still hasn't done interviews that are revealing or illuminating. In my book, what does she care about my little show? Trump or Harris? If the election were today, 866-391-1020. Here is the current poll in terms of cookies sold at Oakmont Bakery. Trump, 9,702. Okay. Harris, 3,312. How about that? Punchki, 5,017. If the election were today, who are you voting for? Trump or Harris? Trump or Harris? By the way, in terms of spending, in this market, Pittsburgh, the highest in the history of Pittsburgh television, High seven figures. $300 to $400 million, maybe more. Folks, that's insane. That's just the presidential. The local television stations could all get seven figures. Now, just to help you out a bit before I get to the phones. When I was growing up, Pittsburgh was the 9th largest television market. Now it's 28, 29, 30, depends. Revenue has dropped by more than half. This election cycle will be the highest revenue chunk in the history of Pittsburgh television. So you know. I hate this stuff. Hey, God bless the networks, and I hope the local stations benefit. I love KDKA TV, and Chris Katuna, the GM, is one of my favorite people on earth, and I hope they all benefit because they have great people and great staff, and they do a hell of a job. But I hate the spots. I just do. Most of them are crap. Most of them are lies. Most of them are disingenuous. Most of them are convoluted crap. And for the first time in my career, and I'm an old guy, I'm seeing state reps and state senators going at it. I've never seen that before either. Ever. I think the message gets lost, man. And if I owned a car dealer or something, or a furniture joint, I wouldn't spend a nickel right now. There's no way, man. No way. Not till after the election. Paul, go ahead.
Hey, Marty, love your show and appreciate what all you do in the region. And this has something to do with the storms in Florida. Has anybody heard about Ron Cook, how he's doing? I know he's in Fort Myers, and we're neighbors of him out in Mars, PA here.
Wow, hold on, man. That's actually a great question, Paul. And I will... Wow, I'm so glad he did that. I will check. That's actually a great question. I'll text people right now. Great question, because he is down there. All right. Charlotte, thanks for your patience. Go ahead.
Absolutely voting for Harris.
Why is that, ma'am?
Well, because she's very intelligent, very knowledgeable, and she speaks like a human being, and she has class, and so does her family have
hadn't done
class.
enough interviews for my liking, but I get it. My fear is that she'll do a Biden, and that is very little public engagement, very little news conferences. Look, you might like Trump, and that's fine. But what he does do is he walks up to a podium and he'll just talk for an hour and a half to reporters. It's mildly entertaining and somewhat informational, and at least he does it. Kathy, go ahead. Thanks for holding. Kathy. Kathy sat there and blew her big moment. Call back, Kathy. Go ahead, Mark.
Trump train all the way, buddy. Yeah, the Kamala's her some of her policies. She's going to give $50,000 to businesses, $25,000 to home. Where's that coming from? It's going to be taxes.
Well, the same place.
So yeah,
Trump's tax cuts will come from. We'll have to somehow make up the revenue somehow. But I just don't think she's given enough interviews, buddy. I don't really know her that well. Do you?
No, well, that's true. That's very true. You bring up a good point. She really hasn't. She's been, I won't say in the basement, but close.
Kind of. And look, how about one news conference where she stands at a damn podium? Yeah. How about one, Mark? How about one?
Yeah, one. I mean, like you said, Trump's not afraid to get out there, and you love him or hate him, he'll get out there and meet the press and talk to the interview.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
He'll stand there and, look, whether you like it or not, he'll stand there and talk for 2 hours, but she hasn't done anything. Has released some economic programs, as he stated. I'd like to hear more from her. Larry, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, afternoon, Marty. Mark me down for Trump. A lot of reasons, but one of the most recent ones is that today he's having a meeting with Zelensky from the Ukraine, and actually trying to, get a resolution to this war.
Well,
it looks like it's world.
Not today. He's not going to get a resolution there, my man.
No, but at least he's talking. He's bringing up the subject, and I don't hear anybody else talking about ending that war. It's always giving them more ammunition, more planes, more this, more that. It's like a World War I trench warfare right now.
This is where Donald's full of crap. I'll end that war today. He can't. It doesn't work that way, my man. You know that. You're smart enough to know that.
Well, it may not be today, but he has it in focus. He's talking about it. He's bringing up the subject, and that's. I think that's a part. Look at Ukraine right now. That country has been destroyed. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people killed.
No. It's over 1 million between Russia and Ukraine. It's over 1 million dead. It's horrible. It just is. I'll be interested to see if there's any video from that meeting because he's been talking smack on Zelensky for about a week. It's just be very tense. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Marty, how are you today?
What's up, brother?
I got to vote for Harris. Trump it might just be rhetoric, but he really scares me. When he's made comments about doing away with the Constitution. I just saw what happened January the 6th, and I just can't stand for the guy.
I get it completely. And I like how everybody's calm and cool and collected and giving adult answers. I love all this stuff. So I like to do this on Fridays, actually. It's actually fun. Dave, go ahead.
Marty, Trump, I feel a lot safer with them. My family feels a lot safer with them. I saw him today with Zelensky.
Yep.
He looked so presidential, Marty.
I get it.
I can't even imagine with Kamala standing next to Zelensky. I think
saw that yesterday. They look fine. They look fine, but I know what you're saying, too. I'd like to hear more from her. I like one news conference where she stands at a podium and says, go. All right, we'll be right back. 866-391-20. The election's today. Who do you vote for next?
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Want more? Sure you do. More friends, a little more time, a few more laughs. More is a good thing. Unless you're talking about risk of serious illness from a respiratory virus. But as we get older, we're more at risk for severe flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Worst birthday presents ever, right? But vaccines lower your risk, so you can keep doing more of all life's good stuff. Get started at vaccines.gov. Risk less, do more. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You know my boy JK. He's the Oakmont Restaurant King. If you've seen him driving around Oakmont on a Vespa, here's why. He's going to open up a couple of weeks. The best Italian restaurant in this town. Stand by, folks. Michael A's. It will have the best food. I've seen it. It is beautiful. It'll have the best service. It'll have the best menu you've ever seen. Oakmont, Michael A's, coming soon.
I'm John Oran, Puck's sports correspondent, and I have a new podcast called The Varsity, where I will take you inside the executive suites and owners' boxes that run the entire sports business. Twice a week, I will bring on the smartest people I know to break down the hottest topics in sports media and give you a window into the inside conversations that are happening throughout sports media. So be sure to follow and listen to The Varsity Podcast, available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, is back. This week, a 6A clash in Week 5 as Central Catholic hosts North Allegheny. Presented by
Coons Quality Foods, the official supermarket of high school football on KDKA. M7 Sports, the official sports complex training facility and recruiting management of high school football. Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the KDKA Game of the Week. Parmar Stores. If there's not a Parmar store near you, there will be soon. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Shape your future. AllegiantFCU.org.
High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Folks, Marty, you know how I feel about MediConnect. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable entity and agency, and they're so interested in helping you. So, don't let a medical emergency become a financial emergency. They're teams at MediConnect. They see this happen far too often. Call them to meet in your home, online, or in their office to discuss Medicare plans and the right one for you. There are 70 different options. Medicare plans in this region. The best part, no fee for any of their service. 888-818-6334. MediConnect.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever, overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control. We'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for president.
You know what's the best French toast? I'm serious. Oakmont Bakery. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They have crepes or crepes. They're unbelievable. I swear they fill them with mascarpone and strawberries, butter, sugar, Nutella. It's unbelievable. Did I say unbelievable? I guarantee this. Oakmont Bakery, the Oakmont Bakery has the best breakfast you will ever eat in your life. Delicious.
If you ask enough people, how are you, you'll eventually get that trendy response, I'm living the dream. Well, at Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, we help people live their kitchen and bathroom remodeling dreams.
For almost 60 years, Petite has delivered the creative and professional services required by homeowners to help them realize their ideal bathroom or kitchen. And it all starts with a visit.
People love the experience of browsing our beautiful showroom, and they tell us that it's truly a stress-free environment. To our past customers, we sincerely thank you. To our future customers, we ask that you let us transform your vision into reality, the Petite way.
So when you tell someone you're living the dream, you really mean it. Visit us soon. We're just minutes off the Carnegie exit of the Parkway West. Call us at 412-279-2222 or see us on the web at PetiteKitchens.com. Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I wish the election were tomorrow. I've had enough. I don't get as worked up as most of you folks do, especially the Trumpers. They get really angry and weird. Just do. For me, honestly, and this is the fact, Monday goes to Tuesday, man. My thing is my thing, whoever wins. Mike, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Marty.
What's up, brother?
Marty, hi there. Teamster Mike for Harris.
Nice. Why?
Well, the for unions, unlike Trump, who has said along the way he doesn't like unions because we make too much. And, other things with Trump. I mean, there were people that he had in his construction along the way. He just didn't pay. Oh, because he was bankrupt. But, I know that's a business deal, but he screwed a lot of people in the process. And I'm thankful I'm not one of them. But nonetheless, I think Harris is a much stronger candidate for the United States of America.
She hadn't said much, though. My man, she's done a couple interviews. Thank you. Jeff, go ahead.
Marty, I got to go with Trump. We got a family business.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, a lot of guys that I know, by the way, a lot of the men that I know that own businesses are Trump fans and believe, and they'll show you on paper, that they will benefit greatly from a tax standpoint if Trump's in office, just so people know this.
It's not that. It's no work. The work's not good right now, and it hasn't been.
Oh, hold on. Unemployment's at a 10-year low. The stock market has exploded. To suggest that there's no work is just not true. It's not true. Come on, man. Housing starts have exploded again. It's not true. The numbers suggest that that's not true. But I'm telling you, to a person, guys that I know that are rich want Trump in office. So you know that. It's a fact. Carrie, go ahead.
Oh, hi, Marty. I would definitely vote for Trump. I feel like we need him back in the office. When I think about, am I better off now than I was 4 years ago? The answer is definitely not. I feel like there's too many corrupt politicians in the world right now, and I really like Trump's business acumen and business sense. I felt like he has a really good business sense, and that he will keep the economy going. I know right now the stock market's good.
Are you depressed? Are you anxious? Because he said in some, it was actually an ignorance. All the women that are depressed, he's going to make them happy again. I mean, when he says that kind of stuff, do you kind of laugh and move on?
Yeah, I take it, I just kind of let it roll off. I look at the big picture. I mean, does he always say things that I like? No. But if he's going to make this world a better place, get rid of the illegal immigrants, close down the border, make it safe for my grandchildren and my children, yeah, that's what's important to me.
I get it. It's a wonderful call, and I love your temperament, by the way. I get it. George, my man, thanks for your patience.
Hey, hi, Marty.
How are you, brother?
Your voice sounds good.
Thanks, man. I feel a lot better. How's yours?
I'm doing good, too, but I'll never get it back fully because I lost that vocal cord from the cancer and that.
That's how we met. George had a similar cancer and survived.
Yeah, thanks to Dr. Celine of UPMC. He was my doctor, and praise God that he brought me out of this.
That's right, my man.
And praise God.
Trump or Harris, brother? Trump or Harris?
I'm for Trump. I am absolutely for Trump. Reason why? Because we had 4 years of nothing but agony. Look at your grocery bills. Look at your gasoline. Look at the taxes, Marty. Look at the businesses are gone. My God, we can't do another 4 years of nothing.
I get it, and I really do. I love him, and that's how we met through our cancer. Quite frankly, he's a wonderful man. Richard, thanks for holding, man. Go ahead.
Thank you, brother, for taking my call.
Anytime.
Hey, there was just a report of ICE releasing a letter to a Texas congressman's inquiry.
Okay, you're getting into the weeds. I can't do that today because I don't know anything about this letter. Sorry, buddy, I can't get into the weeds on that. We have a minute left. Go ahead, John.
Marty, John, how you doing?
Big John, what's up?
Not much. Hey, I went through the same throat cancer you did. How could these people be so dumb to want to go for Trump? He already showed his 4 years of nothing. You want to go back to more lies? There he is.
Thank you, sir. One more call. We got to go. Stan the man, go ahead. You're the last word.
Hey, Marty, good Friday. How are you?
Good, man.
Hey, I got to go with Trump as my next pick. I really think Harris doesn't have a good security of the border, and also she's pretty weak on her crime policies. And I just think Trump is better for America as a whole, is within fighting for his citizens and doing the right thing.
Completely get it. And I love all of you, and I love the feedback. Hey, look, what's fascinating when we take these calls, it ends up being about 50-50 every time. And guess what the polls are showing? 50-50 every time. It's all going to come down to turnout. It's crazy close. No wonder they're spending all that money on ads.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our